Hello, everyone. I'm Captain Logan, and look, we've got Austin the Day Ghost. It is Bat May, and Austin and I are doing another mini marathon. So a couple weeks ago, we did one for the new Batman Adventures, the end of Batman the Animated Series, and this time we're doing one for another show that we've never done a whole stream for. We're going to watch 6 episodes tonight of Batman Brave and the Bold, which, Austin, is a show I love, but am sorely remiss in how much of it I've seen. Like, I think of myself as, I don't want to say like a big fan of this, but just like I was like, oh yeah, Brave and the Bold, that's a great show. And I've probably seen a quarter of it, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was watching it when it came out, but it's been so long. Like, I barely remember anything about it. Except whenever I think about this show, I just think of Blue Beetle in every episode, which isn't actually true, but...
No, we've talked about that. It's like the episodes that you happen to catch when they were on TV, if you watch broadcast, you know, because we're old people now, we watch things sometimes when they were broadcasting. That means that you have to turn on the TV and watch it when it airs. Like, they actually decide what time it plays as opposed to you picking the time. I know, it's archaic. But anyway...
Yeah, PVR, I could record it.
Ooh, futuristic technology. We thought we were going to have to wait until the 23rd century before we had that.
Mm-hmm. That's like a bat gadget. You turn on your fancy bat recorder and record the episode of your shows. You can watch it later.
Yeah, and then when your remote doesn't work, you say, confound it, the batteries are dead. But anyway...
You're like, finally, I can watch my show, and you turn it on, and it's a baseball game because it went late.
Because of those shows or those episodes that, I mean, it's like this with a lot of things, but with this show in particular, because of those episodes that would just happen to air when you would watch them, I think different people might have a different idea unless they actually binged through it, Austin, as to like what characters Batman teams up with most often and what villains show up the most. And this is a thing we've talked about somewhere before, but like you said to you, it's always Blue Beetle. To me, it was always Aquaman. It's like he was constantly in that show, and then
He's the second one I think of, yeah.
Yeah, and then and Green Arrow too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then the villain that I could never get away from was Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah, and I think that's why I like a lot of these characters. It's because I was like, oh, they were all like, that's Brave and the Bold. And then I was looking through the episode list, like of the ones that you picked, and I was like, there's not a single Blue Beetle episode. I was so excited to see Blue Beetle.
Oh, sorry about that. I picked episodes. So, here's the way I did this. Originally, I was going to spin a wheel and pick episodes at random because what I love about this show is being surprised by things. And one of the reasons that I've never finished it is I have this silly thing where I know how sad I'm going to be when I've seen every episode. So, like, I avoid watching it because whenever it comes up and I end up, for whatever reason, and I end up watching it, I always get excited when it's an episode that I haven't seen. Because it's like, ooh, what's the teaser going to be? And is it going to actually be related to the episode, to the rest of the episode? And who's the team up character going to be, and who's the villain, and all of that. And so, like, once I've seen them all, and I don't even mean to say that the show isn't rewatchable, because there are definitely episodes I've seen that are fun to go back to. But I have that weird thing with it where I want it to be fresh every time I watch it. So what I was gonna do was pick the episodes at random, so that I could have that experience while we were streaming and doing this as a blind commentary. And then just to put myself in the mood for it, and because my kids were wanting to watch some cartoons the other day, I ended up putting it on. And every episode I ended up picking, because I would just pick up by thumbnail. I was like, oh, that looks interesting. I wonder what that one is. And based on that, every episode I saw the other day, and then I watched a couple more today, I thought were like awesome and maybe like my new favorite episode, and I wanted to watch tonight. So I ended up with like 5 or 6 of those. And so I went, okay, fine, I'll just watch all these episodes that I already saw this week. So yeah, that's how I picked it.
What was funny, because I was kind of laughing to myself because I was going through like the episode list, like looking to see which ones we were doing, and I was like, oh, we would have picked completely different episodes. I was like, what? There's like a GI Robot episode and like a Challengers of the Unknown. I think those were all just like the teasers before, but I was scrolling through and I'm like, whoa, there's some crazy stuff that either I didn't see, or just weren't things that I knew about at the time. So like now I'm like, whoa, you
gotta go back. Well, and look, in my defense, there were actually
I'm not complaining about your episode picks. It's just
there were a couple that I saw over the last couple days that I thought about picking because I knew you would be excited about them, but it was either like the teaser was really cool, but the rest of the episode you wouldn't really care about, or the other direction. So
Yeah.
there's a Creature Commandos one.
Oh, but I'm
And
guessing, is that the teaser?
well, I nearly picked that, but that's the second to last episode, and that episode is weird because it's broken up into 4 shorts.
Oh,
And so the
okay.
Creature Commandos part is only like 5-6 minutes long,
Mhm.
and then the rest of it I didn't think was it was kind of hit and miss. So I didn't want to pick
Yeah.
that one.
No, that makes sense. Well, it's funny because GI Robot's in that Creature Commando show that's coming out, so I was like, oh, like cool. That's fun. I didn't know they actually went to that property.
I focused tonight on more mainstream stuff because I was surprised by how much of it there is. Because of course early on the show was a lot more, and they still did these episodes all the way through, but it was a lot more about the like B and C list characters and just getting kids familiar with all of the various corners of the DC universe, and the whole thing is really a love letter to Golden Age and Silver Age and every aspect and section of it, which is what I love about it. And if you look at the episode list on Wikipedia, it shows several episodes that are based or loosely based on old Golden and Silver Age issues and gives you the issue numbers. And I didn't realize that they went as often to real specific stories like that.
Yeah, no, that's perfect for this type of show.
So I didn't realize that Superman was in any more than like one episode. We're gonna watch 2 episodes tonight with Superman in them because I thought they were both pretty great. And I've been, I don't know. Last year it seems like we've been on kind of a Superman kick, keep doing Superman stuff. So I thought it would be cool to do that. And also the first Superman one we're gonna watch tonight is, and I don't know if it's his first appearance in the show because again, all cards on the table. I don't know the show real well, but it ends up watching almost like a parody of or influenced by BVS like a couple of years before BVS came out. And that really cracked me up. So I wanted to look at that. And then there's a Trinity episode that was, I thought, surprisingly good. And I know we've got a lot of Robin fans in the audience, so I picked a couple of Robin episodes because he doesn't show up a ton in the show either. So I thought it would be kind of fun if our theme tonight was like mainstream stuff in the show that is not about mainstream stuff.
Mhm.
And that's
Yeah,
kind of
for sure.
that's kind of why I went that way. And then I picked one that showcased the some of the major sidekicks because that's what the show is about. So I want to make sure and get one of those in there.
Yeah, it's the original Titans lineup, I think, where it's Robin, Aqualad, and Speedy. Like before they were called Teen Titans.
Yeah, but
I remember.
well, the one I'm talking about, actually, let me make sure I even put it in here. But the one I'm talking about is Bold Beginnings. So Sidekicks Assemble I put in there because it watches like a follow up to Color of Revenge with Robin. But Bold Beginnings is, in an odd way, kind of their answer to Almost Gotham, where it's three of, I said sidekicks, I meant team up characters, but it's three of the Batman team up characters that show up all the time, with like unreliable narrator claiming making up stories about the first time that they fought with Batman, and it's vignettes like Almost Got Him. So I put that in there because I hadn't seen that before, and I watched that this week.
Almost worked with them. So close, but we didn't work together.
Almost did it this way the first time, but I'm making it up, maybe. But anyway, so we'll go ahead and get into it here in a second. Makira put in a $4.99 super chat and says, hello, here is $5 as an apology for leaving too long of a tweet-length review for RoboCop. That's
Hey,
Makira.
I was on your side. I don't know if Twitter has limits anymore. I have no idea.
It was a good review, yeah, but it read like a mini rewind because there was a shocking amount of analysis for a quote-unquote tweet-length review. But you don't have to give me money for it. I appreciate it, though. Thank you
That
very
was
much.
like a full Playboy article, very informative.
I feel like every time we do one of these, and I pick the episodes, I have to defend my episode picks because people in the comments are always like, "Why didn't you pick this thing?" So real quick, I'll just say the reason I didn't pick Chill of the Night is because I did that once on a 24-hour stream, and that's like the big obvious. Like best episode to a lot of people, and it's like the darkest, closest to Batman the Animated Series. Another one we're gonna watch tonight gets kind of close to that, and in an odd way, and I won't give it away, Austin, if you don't remember it or you haven't seen it. But we're gonna watch one that is also kind of like their answer to Perchance to Dream.
Oh, okay.
In a way.
Mm-hmm.
that might already be giving too much away. I don't know.
See, everyone's like, why didn't you do the animated series tribute? Well, I'm like, we should have done the Ettrick and Sherlock Holmes episode. That's just bizarre.
Yeah, and then somebody mentioned Music Meister, and again, like, that's a big fan favorite. I just wanted to do some different stuff that people may not think to throw out, but still was oddly mainstreamy. Also, I didn't realize just how many Joker episodes there were in this show. Because
I had that too when I was looking through, because I remember the one where he teams up with Joker to fight Owlman, and I remember him popping up like in a couple other places.
Is that the Emperor Joker? No, that's a different one. There's an episode called The Emperor Joker where apparently he gets Batmite powers, and I just read about that today, but I've never seen it.
Yeah.
That sounded interesting.
See, it's been so long. Like, 'cause when did the show air? Like,
this ends in 11, so it must have started in 9. It gets 3 seasons.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
There's
maybe I didn't watch this all the way through to the end. Then maybe I just watched like the first 2 seasons.
It responds to things that were happening right then in comics, which is also really interesting. So it's a love letter to Golden and Silver Age, but it's about like the whole history and all the different eras of Batman, which is one of the things I love about it because of the tonal balance it figures out with all of that. And Austin, there's like Morrison stuff from things that had just published like a year before. Like there's an episode where it goes full on Return of Bruce Wayne, and that had just happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that episode, and I saw when I was going through the list that we have a Damian episode in the future.
We're actually watching that one tonight.
Yeah.
And there is a Zur-En-Arr Batman episode.
And I saw that too.
But Zur-En-Arr is a thing that goes back to the Silver Age that Morrison conscripted, so I don't know if they were like eventually I'll watch that episode and see if they did anything with the Morrison version of it, or if they just went back to Silver. But
I could see it going like both ways, like where it's kind of looking at both. But who knows? They should reboot this show and then do new Zur-En-Arr from Zeb. I almost said Zeb Wells. No, Chip Zdarsky. Zeb Wells is the new Spider-Man writer.
I will say this is a show that there's no reason you couldn't bring it back and just do more of the same. Like you could definitely do another season or 2 of this and do some really fun stuff with it if you really wanted to. And I wouldn't be opposed to that if enough of the same people came back and worked on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, out of all the DC shows, I feel like it's the one that would like work the most. Not that I need any of them to come back, but just because like you just do more like fun episodic team up stuff.
Yeah. Well, we should probably go ahead and get into it. We're going to try to watch 6 episodes tonight. Apologies for the long preamble. I always get like this when I haven't been on camera in a while. We didn't shoot at all this week because I've been working on the Superhero Rewind movie, and I've had long shooting nights. We had to do an extra shoot last night to finish a scene that we did on Tuesday where I had a room in my house dressed for it. So I had to get it knocked out as fast as I could, Austin, so I can put my house back together. And anyway, so that's why we haven't been on this week, but we'll be back sort of to normal next week. We're going to have to take Friday off again, probably, because I've got Kareem coming over for a shoot. But if we can get him on camera for something over the weekend, we'll try. But it's going to be like this this year with this movie shoot. So everybody just bear with us. But it's already coming together. Austin, I think we have probably shot, I don't know, somewhere between 16 and 20 pages already.
That's pretty good. Apparently the show is rated C8, and if anyone's wondering, according to Canadian ratings. I got like a big like, this show is rated C8.
Austin, that was fascinating. I'm so glad you told us about that.
You're welcome. That's like, so today we had visitors over, and my grandma walks over and she's like, "Oh my God, we got these great butter tarts the other day. Austin, tell them about this." And I was like, "Well, the story is she bought some butter tarts and they were good." Like, I don't know why I have to explain this, but that's the story for you.
For just a second, because I know you said you had visitors. For a split second, I thought you meant that she wanted you to tell the audience on camera about it.
Oh, no.
Now tell everybody at Geek Solution about the butter tarts! And of
They're
course,
good.
all of the American audience goes, "What the hell's a butter tart?
Look it up. Look it up,
What
kids.
is a butter tart? Like, what does it look like?
I don't know. It's like that.
It's like what?
It's like that. I don't know.
Okay, your hand wasn't on camera.
Oh, sorry.
You just went. It's like that.
No, it's like, yeah,
It's
it's
like
like
okay.
that. No, I don't know. It's like that. I don't know. It's like a little tart. It's, it's really good.
Yeah, we don't have a lot in this country that we eat called tarts besides like Pop Tarts, you know. So I don't
Yeah.
even know. I don't even picture what it is.
Oh, okay, true. I'm not thinking about my British ancestry. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think a lot about that either. My British. Apparently, I'm like I'm like 50% British and 50% French, and I don't know a lot about either of those things. But
Hmm. I went to see my one grandma on Mother's Day, and my two twin aunts were there, and they were talking about how on Ancestry you can find out like some people are like 10% Neanderthal, which I feel like is a little too high.
oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd go around and advertising
When
that.
she was complaining that the government wants to be able to see your ancestry results, like they want it, like they can like go in and like take your information, and I
Mhm.
was like, and she was like, I don't want to, I don't want to give them that, and I was like, but what are they gonna do with it? Like, oh, this woman's 10% Neanderthal. Good to know.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that could go to a real dark place if they decide to start locking up a certain number of percentage Neanderthal. But I don't know how much we have to worry about that. But
It's in case they come back for revenge.
is that a movement? Is there like a genetic superiority movement against people who have enough Neanderthal blood? I've never heard of this. So like probably not.
I don't even know if this is real. It's just a thing that she said, and I was like,
It kind of
okay,
sounds made up to me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you listen to twins.
I'm I'm like, I guess I have to not pay any attention to my girls now.
But it is true though, because people always say like which twin is the good one, which is the evil twin, but twins are inherently both evil.
Well, you know, it's the dichotomy of the human condition, really. Like, it kind of makes sense, right? Like, we're all good and bad. So if you had twins, they'd be equal.
Hmm. Yeah, but I think twins. Are
But you
just
think they're just straight up evil?
Yeah.
I was trying to spin that positive somehow, but the problem is you said evil, which is pretty
There's no going back from that. These monsters.
kind of a blanket statement, really. I don't know. It's not evil's not a spectrum, really. It's
No, you are evil.
okay.
Anyways, this is so far off.
I
the
think we should watch
rails.
this show. So, Batman Brave and the Bold, season 1, episode 18, The Color of Revenge. The other reason I picked this is because it's Crazy Quilt. And who doesn't love Crazy Quilt?
Yeah, it's true.
I'm excited. This is going to be fun. Here we go. Don't expect insights. We're going to watch it, and we're going to point and laugh. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Here we go. Everybody, please press... Oh, hold on. Sorry. I need to get the clock up.
But don't expect anything smart to be said, because we're mostly Neanderthal in here.
We've got too much
Here,
Neanderthal.
evolution.
And we've got to really make sure that nobody knows about our ancestry. Okay, everybody, what is this stream already?
The government's coming for all
Coming
of our
for us?
ancestry.
Well, not mine. It sounds like only Canada has to worry about this so far.
Yeah, apparently.
All right, everybody, please press play. Sorry, everybody. Right now, da-na-na-na-na.
There's Bugs Bunny.
Did you have a Warner Brothers logo, I hope?
Yep.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny.
So these guys, Bat Phone, and right away we're going to do all the cool 60s Batman stuff. So the guy who show ran the show, I forget his name, I always liked to say that Brave and the Bold is supposed to be what he thought he was watching when he saw 60s Batman. So there's a lot of callback to that show. And I also really like the way that he mixes it with, like, campy and otherwise, but other stuff going all the way back. So, like, at the same time as you've got the 60s cave in places and, like, the suit up sequence that we just had from 60s Batman, you'll also have the Hall of Justice from Super Friends and the Legion of Doom building from that show, and
of course,
all that stuff is mixed in. It's really fun. Exposition Hall.
Free Latveria. We're watching The Color of Revenge.
Color of Revenge, episode 18 of season 1. Of course, they're going up the building.
Look at that color tank.
It's awesome. Now, you know what I'm gonna complain about, Austin?
What's that?
Well, they were climbing up the building.
They didn't meet a celebrity.
There's no cameo.
I was thinking that they would meet somebody, but they didn't.
They should have met somebody. Who should it have been? Animated Bruce Timm?
Weird Al. Just because Brave and the Bold crosses over with Scooby-Doo, and Scooby-Doo crosses over with Weird Al.
One of the really great things about this show is that it's got a formula, and then it likes to, as time goes on, really subvert it and mess with your expectations. And 60s Batman did that a little bit too, where you had the 2-part episodes, and then by season 2, they threw a couple of 3-parters at you. And the first time I saw that, it blew my mind. I was like, oh my god, wait, there's another cliffhanger? How's that even possible?
Trap.
When did it air? Like, I was always, my mind was blown by that. Stuff like this is cool because this show would always have a teaser or a cold open, and then that would be, like Austin alluded to earlier, kind of a vignette unto itself, and then you'd have a full episode after that may or may not be related in some way. And in this episode, we get that, where there's this little adventure against Crazy Quilt, but then surprisingly, we're in the past here, and then we'll jump to the future when Robin has grown up, and then we bring Crazy Quilt back. So this is a full episode where all of this is interconnected, but we have a time jump in the middle of it, or just before the intro. And there are some episodes that even open just with the intro straight away.
That's crazy.
It's fun. Tyler says Weird Al does appear in the show, and I didn't know that. Or if I did, I've forgotten.
Does he play himself, or does he play a character? Because he's obviously, like, done shows where he plays characters. Like, he's Wreck-Gar in Transformers Animated, and I think he's in My Little Pony.
Yeah, you could have seen him even come into... You could have seen him be Music Meister instead of Neil Patrick Harris, even.
When he is in, he's Doll Man in that horrible New 52, the second one, Batman vs. Robin.
Oh, I forgot all about that. That's right.
Yeah, I think he's got like one line.
So every time I watch this intro, I try to pick out character names that I haven't seen before.
Oh, yeah.
And this time I noticed Bronze Tiger. I don't know if I'd caught that before.
Hell yeah.
Tyler says he plays himself. So wait, Weird Al plays himself in this show? That's weird. That's an odd choice.
It's canon with Scooby-Doo.
Oh, that makes sense. Tyler says it's because of Scooby-Doo. Okay, because I knew there was a Scooby-Doo crossover in the show, and that's part of why it got that movie later, which I still can't believe even happened. Because I thought this show was kind of long forgotten.
Yeah.
Because I always really liked this, but I know a lot of, the Batman fan base was kind of disappointed when this came out because it seemed like that we were just getting, like, sillier and campier as our cartoon shows went, and we were never going to get back to something serious like an animated series. But my attitude on that was like, well, this is the thing we haven't done yet. And like, it'd be nice to eventually get back to a more serious thing, which we did with Beware the Batman, however you feel about that show. But it was at least something real different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
And if you gave it a chance, it ends up being not just, campy, silly Saturday morning cartoons. Like it will challenge you in weird ways.
This Robin costume's real weird.
The yellow tights don't really work.
Yeah, I think that's what throws it off.
It's very strange. Another thing I think is weird about the way they handle Robin in this show, and like it makes sense that they have him written out and on his own like he is, because Batman's got to team up with somebody different every week and they don't want it to just be a Batman and Robin show. But you'd think he'd be Nightwing already, because he's gone off on his own. He's grown up. I mean, he looks like he's probably college age. And he's still Robin, but he's already operating in Bloodhaven. And this whole episode actually takes place in Bloodhaven.
I did wonder if this would maybe be a Nightwing origin, but I guess not.
So you really expect it to be, and like I thought, because he's kind of jaded and he's got his kind of Batman Forever motivation, where like, no, I can work on my own. And then you'd think at the end he'd suit up as Nightwing, being in Bloodhaven, but that doesn't happen. But he does become Nightwing later in the show.
Ah, it is weird.
Tyler just said exactly the same thing. And I think maybe it's so that, and we'll watch this right after, it's so that a couple episodes later they can do sort of the Young Justice or Teen Titans thing.
Mm-hmm. I love that Batman's helmet has like a partial visor. Like it's just like this much that's not at the bottom.
Yeah, why is it open like that? Is the joke that his chin is that long?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why did they design it like that? Because Robin,
or it just goes with because Batman's mask doesn't go below a certain point, so like even his helmet doesn't.
Anthony Cabrera says they do a Nightwing origin in the Sidekicks episode. Okay, did I miss the ending of that episode because I was taking care of my kids while I was watching it?
Apparently.
I didn't realize that's where it happens. If that's true, that means we'll watch that tonight. Yeah, I'm kind of with Robin on this one.
Why? Because it's always Batman and Robin, never Robin and Batman.
Yeah, exactly. Well, just because Batman's all, you gotta pay your dues to become a superhero, but it's like, well, he has.
Yeah, but more.
Like, he's off. Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, at what point, he's too vague about it. Like, at what point have I graduated then, Batman? Like, I'm on my own. I'm taking care of the city. Am I not doing a good enough job?
Yes. He just threw, like, Swedish fish candy at them.
Yeah, they're huge Swedish fish.
Yeah.
I like this Robin voice a lot.
A little birdie.
I mean, at the same time, Batman's right in that Robin's acting too impulsive. But part of that's just to impress him. Like, the question is, does he act like this when he's on his own? Or just because he's thrown off by Batman being here?
Mm-hmm. I guess both. Batman's always watching, so he knows.
You know, there's two sides to that question. It's like, Batman might be right that he's not mature enough yet. But then the question is it Batman's fault that he's not mature enough yet?
Mm-hmm.
I always get excited when they do the 60s Batman handshake. That never gets old, and they do it a lot in the show. Like, it never gets old. Senior 6 says Batman doesn't know he's making it up as he goes along. I think that's true. And I like the way they play him as super arrogant in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And, 9 times out of 10 he earns it. Because this is that, like, the universe kind of revolves around Batman, and he's always 3 steps ahead, and he's just that good at what he does. But he's also got that BS thing that Batman's got in the 60s Batman movie when he goes, I sure thought I saw that out of the corner of my eye. No, you didn't. Shut up, Batman.
Shut up, Batman. No one cares.
Austin, you know what I really respect about this scene?
What's that?
You got all these colors spinning and flashing and stuff, but it's not as seizure-inducing as it could be.
That is true, yeah.
Like, I can actually look at that.
Yeah. I'm also pretty sure Crazy Quilt is Jeffrey Tambor. I only heard him for like a second, but
Oh, I didn't look it up.
I think that's who that is.
Now, I like Robin's belt.
Oh yeah, it's weird that it doesn't have a middle piece though.
Yeah, that is odd. But like, it's built like, I guess I have nostalgia for it because it's built like a '90s action figure, and his bike is that way too. So he's got, this show is mostly '60s and '70s throwback, and it's a lot of fun when they go to like all the other periods, but then kind of fit it into that scheme somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And so he is a '90s action figure, palling around with an '80s looking Batman or a '70s looking Batman.
They're '60s.
We'll see a lot of different suits tonight too, because it's just this show, so there's always different bat suits.
Oh, okay.
Which is a lot of fun to me.
Mm-hmm.
There's one episode we'll watch. I think it's in here where we'll see a straight up Neil Adams suit.
Oh, cool. I love me some Neil Adams.
Yeah, and Tyler, I mentioned this at the beginning, but we've done Chill of the Night before on another stream, so that's the reason I didn't put it in tonight. I know everybody loves that, but I just want to do some different stuff that we hadn't done before. Anthony Caprera says the Robin costume in the show is the Earth 2 Robin costume. Oh,
Super Billy says I'm correct. Jeffrey Tambor is the voice of Crazy Quilt. I thought that's who it was.
Good job, Austin. Way to get one right.
I've seen enough Jeffrey Tambor. I would have been sad with myself if I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm thinking of the right actor. He that's not a guy that mostly does voice work, right?
He's done some. Like he's King Neptune in the SpongeBob movie.
Oh, okay.
His voice in this is kind of similar to that. Like you could get to both of those voices in kind of the same direction, but it's like slightly off. But no, I mostly know him from like Arrested Development and a lot of like live action comedy stuff, and obviously he's in the Hellboy movies.
Yeah, he's doing a real classic, over the top kind of, late '70s, early '80s, like Hanna-Barbera kind of thing.
He's got a Dick Dastardly mustache, so you got to go all the way with it.
Well, I was gonna say, with the mustache combined with the kind of theatrical or flamboyant voice, it reminds me of Breadmaster from the Tig.
Oh, okay.
That's a different voice actor who's been a million things. I don't know his name, but the thing he's doing with it is kind of similar. What is it with Star Labs being in everything? Like, when I was growing up, I thought Star Labs was a primarily Superman thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was all over the Flash TV show, and that made me go, okay, was it ever mostly a Superman thing, or was it just me growing up seeing it as a Superman thing and thinking it was primarily Superman?
Well, it's a big part of Injustice as well. Like they have like the Star Labs missions.
Oh, that's true. But that's very Superman driven.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I always just think of Star Labs as just like a just general DC thing.
Yeah, it probably is. But it's just me growing up thinking it was Superman. Cadmus is definitely more of a Superman thing.
There was something recent. I'm trying to think of what it was. I think it was like a picture of Gunn with someone where there was like the Star Labs logo in the background, and I was like, "Oh, is this on the set or like where is this?" I think it was with like a comic artist. I don't know. It was something.
Oh, good one, Robin. You should have stayed in Arkham with your coloring book.
Oh, Crazy Quilt destroyed him with that comeback. That was way better than your coloring book.
It really was.
I'm glad Robin's dead.
This show is so good at that kind of corny banter. And like pun humor ain't for everybody, but they do it better than most. Austin, what do you think of the way they handle like CG vehicles in the show?
I don't know. I think it's fine. Like I'm just kind of used to that in animation at this time, so like it didn't really jump out to me.
Yeah, I think it's better integrated than a lot of things. Like I really like it in the show when they do it.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things you can always tell, but I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. There are definitely way worse animated things with that.
Oh yeah, I don't mind that you can tell that that's what it is. I just want it to look like it's actually part of that world and the environment.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's one of the many ways that they update this kind of throwback material without losing the charm of what makes the throwback stuff fun. If that makes any sense. So what I mean is, you could just try to straight up recreate like a 70s Hanna-Barbera experience. And the reason the show is so great is because it's both that and also a modern show.
I mean, I wouldn't complain if we had the Hanna-Barbera backgrounds.
And that's just a straight up 60s Batman idea, Austin. Mm-hmm. If I was going to turn Batman into a carpet, where would I go to do that?
You got some groovy music on?
That windy road in the background was just straight out of TAS.
That was like straight out of Caligari. Like that's really cool.
That's where TAS stole it from too.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's like where Burden gets it from.
There was another episode that I nearly picked that I didn't actually watch this week. I almost picked it to watch Blind Dawson just based on a synopsis because it included Dr. Double X.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know he was in this show, but we Austin and I just reviewed comics with Dr. Double X.
Mm-hmm. At this point, I'm pretty sure just everyone's in this show.
When we did Dark Detective.
Mm-hmm. That book is pretty freaking sweet.
This is pretty cool.
Oh my god!
Just all the different art styles.
The Screamer Robin.
And they set that up really nicely at the beginning with the art heist thing. Mm-hmm. And then we see Robin and all these different. So you got like expressionism and pop art and.
You know, Robin, you can yell at him after you release him from the death trap.
I had the same thought when I watched this the other day.
This is how Mystery Men happens.
This is when I stop siding with Robin as much. Now you're just whining. See, what was that Batman said about using your brain to get out of death traps? You should, like, pay attention, Robin. Okay, never mind. Batman's right. Carl says Robin and Donatello made the bow staff cool. Yeah, can you think of anybody else that's really famous for like wielding a bow staff?
No. With Robin, it's very specific versions of Robin.
Yes, and Nightwing's always got one.
Well, he's got the. I guess he like puts it together, but it's smaller than like a regular bow staff.
Yeah, I was thinking of him as carrying a bow staff, and then it like disconnects. And Daredevil sort of has that, but it's not really a bow staff.
It starts with like an E or something. Is
it a Billy Club?
No, sticks. Billy Club is what Daredevil has.
No, that's what I was saying though. Is that Daredevil has a Billy Club instead of a
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's on the tip of my tongue. What is that called? I can't think of it.
I keep wanting to say Echidna sticks, but that's Knuckles.
I wish it was though. I wish it was Echidna
then they wouldn't chuckle.
Something else I want to point out, Austin, is that this show has some of the most consistent animation across its episodes of anything I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Well, considering I just saw 80s Transformers on the big screen, the difference in animation quality is crazy.
I mean, to be fair, it helps that this show was never full on hand drawn. I mean, it had to have always been
I had to, yeah,
in a
it was always
computer.
digital. Yeah, 'cause this is like getting close to 10 years after we mostly moved to that.
That's right. Eskrima sticks? Eskrima?
Yeah,
I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
It's something like that. Eskrima sticks.
Kando tour. That growl. But yeah, I said I did this for all of our Robin obsessed fans in the audience, so you're welcome, folks.
Crazy Quilt's thing on his brain reminds me of the Thinker.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Especially because he had like a helmet with it, and that's how the Thinker originally was.
You know, I wouldn't even mind something DC doing that. Because I kind of enjoy sometimes when you take one villain and he transforms into another villain. You combine them like the 60s Batman comics did with Clayface
and Falseface.
And Falseface. Yeah, you could do that with Crazy Quilt and the Thinker.
That'd be so bizarre.
It would. But I like the idea of starting with like a crazy C-list gimmick and then turning into a more serious villain.
Going from like Killer Moth to Firefly.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe the point they're making there is that Robin is run off prematurely and he has to still be Robin because he's not ready to be Nightwing.
Mm-hmm. Because he's still whining.
In my defense, I kind of had these on in the background while I was, taking care of kids the other day. So now I'm learning what the stories are about as we're watching them.
What's our next one? Do you know the episode number?
Our next one, I was just about to find it. I didn't manage to get the episode numbers in the description, so sorry about that. It's Sidekicks Assemble. So it's the one that you were talking about earlier with the Teen Titans characters, and it's episode 6 of season 2.
Oh, I went like way past it. Apparently, I'm at like 20 on season 2.
So it's just a few after the one we just watched. Also, I don't know if I have these completely in production order. I put them in just the order that I kind of wanted to watch them because.
Oh, yeah, mine's episode 8. There's also no episode 7. That's weird.
Oh, Austin's in Canada and doesn't have Max
4 either.
So he's watching these on a different service.
That's weird. Yeah, it's episode 8 for me.
Well, here's hoping you have all the episodes we're watching tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. Why is it just missing 4 and 7?
But yeah, then after this, we're gonna do 2 kind of unrelated episodes, and then we're gonna follow that up at the end with with 2 Superman episodes back to back.
Yeah, out of season 2, they're missing 4, 7, and 11. That's so bizarre.
That's very strange. Senior Sticks wants to know, Austin. I guess he's not interested in my response to this. If you had Crazy Quilt powers to see in color, what would you do? What?
If I could just see color, I'd probably just live the same way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, can you not now?
No, I'm like a dog. I only see in black and white, and I can't look up.
You don't have any kind of color blindness, though, do you, Austin?
No.
You would have blown my mind if you said yes, though. Like, I've known you for like 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And Austin's like, oh, yeah, no, I can't see yellow. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that.
I can't see yellow or red or orange or blue.
Wow.
Any color.
We're learning all
white.
We're learning all kinds of things tonight about Austin.
I only see brown like the beginning of Wizard of Oz.
And then when you watched Wizard of Oz, you're like, I don't know what everybody's freaking out about after the tornado. It just looks like
nothing changed.
The same as the rest of the movie. But yeah, we're learning a lot about Austin and I. Like, he's a pet and he's ugly.
That was my favorite thing, though, going back to that movie, is I was like, oh yeah, it's like starting in black and white, and then I went back to it and I'm like, oh, it's all brown.
Yeah, it's kind of sepia tone.
Yeah, no, it is sepia tone.
Which is odd, because as a kid, you're like, oh, cool, they're pushing all these envelopes where, like, you think it's the same black and white you always see, and it's like, well, no, it's clearly in color in the first place.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. It's all brown.
But it's like a Technicolor thing, so then I wonder, is it possible that I just don't know this, that it like originally came out in the theater as actually straight black and white and then was
Maybe. I think it's probably just was always sepia
and then
tone.
was Technicolor after that. I don't know, but probably
But I
not.
do think that kind of helps with the with how cool the colors are when you finally get to Oz, because it's everything's just brown, and then suddenly it's like
It's the smart
every other color.
Yeah, it's the smart move narratively.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Because it isn't just it's black and white and now there's color, it's your world is like sad and gross.
Hmm. Yeah, it makes me want to go back to that Raimi one to see if that's also sepia tone or if that's black and white, because I don't remember. I know that one also changes the aspect ratio, and the original doesn't.
When was the last time you saw that movie?
When I came to DVD.
Yeah. I probably haven't actually sat down and watched Wizard of Oz in 20 years.
Oh, you mean like Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, Wizard of Oz.
Sorry, I was thinking of the Raimi one. Well, I started to show it to a friend last year.
Oh, wow.
But we didn't finish it. He fell asleep and then left. So,
Jason is
a lot.
so. Can I say this real quick? Jason
Yeah.
is in, and then we'll start this next episode. Jason's in dance, and he's actually working on a ballet right now for Wizard of Oz. And one of the several characters he's playing in the ballet is Toto, the dog.
Well,
So
they are making a Toto standalone movie.
Oh my
so-
god! They bought him a really cool like marionette dog that he has to
Yeah.
dance with on stage and make move. So
Oh, that's
he's
cool.
yeah, so he's been practicing. He's been having to practice with it all over the house.
Yeah.
So every now and again he'll be like, "Hey, mom and dad, can I be excused from the table? I have to go work on my marionette dog."
See, I figured, I just imagined he was just in a dog costume, and it was like
That's what I
you're
thought too
Toto.
when he told me that he got that part, and then he was like, "No, I have to just like move the dog around, and all the different parts of it that you can control are really cool. Like its eyebrows raise, and it's neat.
Oh, cool. That is awesome.
That has nothing to do with anything, but
But it's cool.
it is cool. Okay, let's watch Sidekicks Assemble. It's episode 6 of season 2, and everybody get ready to press play when I say no. No, everybody's really sad that I didn't pick their favorite episode. I thought I was doing somebody a favor with the Robin episodes. Okay, everybody, please.
Wait.
press-
Okay, we're good.
Have they removed this episode from the service?
No, because I just clicked on it, but I forgot about that. This show is rated C8. So it's like, oh god, I forgot about this part. Hold on.
Oh, you have to. It's like 3 seconds. You have to watch that first.
Yeah, it's 8 seconds, and it's like, this show is rated C8.
Make sure you don't have 5-year-olds watching Brave and the Bold in Canada.
Yeah, it's a little box with a little half maple leaf on the top.
Of course it is.
Mm.
You guys are all about the maple leaves over there. And it's in syrup. Canada's got that disgusting brown goo.
Well, my favorite out of these is my one brother used to watch Bakugan, the anime. It's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon
Yeah,
or whatever. And he would watch it on Rogers On Demand, which is like another before streaming thing. And it would always be like, this episode contains like language and nudity and like all these things. It was like a kid's show.
But it's like TV8.
Yeah, exactly. It's C8.
All right, here we go. Everybody, please press play right now.
Although our ratings are softer than your guys' are, because I think John Wick's like RPG-13, like it's kind of
Oh,
back,
interesting. Okay.
and like most things are RPG.
So, a rare appearance of their full-on Justice League.
Yep, and then here's the original Teen Titans before they had a name.
Oh, Is Superman actually here with them? Because I was trying to figure out what his
Yes.
first appearance is in the show. This may be it. I don't actually know.
Are they gonna fight? What's his face? Tornado something. Weather Wizard.
I thought you meant Red Tornado. I was like, that's a superhero.
No. Oh, he's another character I always think of with the show.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
He's got a killer first episode, if memory serves.
Yeah, I remember thinking he was really cool off of this, and then the next time I saw him was in the Supergirl show, and he looks terrible.
So, oh yeah, that was really rough. There's Clock King.
Rod.
And Gorilla Grodd. Yeah, Clock King designing this show is hilarious.
What a
He's
weird...
got a big clock face.
What a weird trio of villains. I mean, I guess they're a villain that goes with each of them, but Clock King for Robin's a little strange.
That's true, but if you think about it, this is basically their danger room, and that's what we do all the time in the danger room with X-Men, where it's like, well, these characters would never get together.
No, but... Oh, no, because one of them's Speedy. What am I talking about? Because for a second I was thinking Kid Flash.
Yeah, but you're still right, though, because Clock King is a Green Arrow villain.
Okay, but he was with Robin, and Speedy was with Grodd. This also isn't the original Teen Titans. 'Cause for some reason, I kept thinking Kid Flash was here, because it's Kid Flash, not Aqualad.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he shows up later. I can't remember. Because we do the same thing with this episode, where it opens with a flashback with the kids, and then they'll be older later.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's Joker.
This show has a really impressive, and there's their Bane.
There's Killer Moth.
This show has an impressive sense of continuity for being as episodic and all over the place as it is. Like, if they go to a particular time period you've seen before, they remember what costume Batman's in and how he's like maybe slightly characterized differently. Like they've like I said earlier, they have different eras of Batman in the show, which is really cool. Because if you just watch first season, and maybe there's, I hesitate saying that because I've never watched it like straight from start to finish, and I've probably skipped episodes, but I've seen more of first than the other two seasons. And I thought for a long time that the show was just like this one period and characterization of Batman. He was never out of costume. We hardly even acknowledged Bruce Wayne. And like most episodes are like that, but when you get all of it, it turns out that he's got a period where he was much more of a loner, and he did act a lot more, kind of stolid.
There's Star Labs again. I also noticed Bronze Tiger in the intro that time.
And so I guess the point I'm making with that is, as much as people complain, like, why do we have to have this, like, goofy, campier Batman? All the different periods kind of exist in this show, so you can still imagine a more or less, like, animated series version of Batman existing somewhere in the timeline with this. And it's like, this is his Brave and the Bold period. This is the period when he's teaming up with all these other heroes, and they're having fun, goofy adventures.
It's weird that all the other sidekicks kept their childhood costumes, but Robin got pants.
Yeah, and somehow his is worse.
Yeah.
Robin, didn't we talk about how you're not ready to be a superhero yet? Did we have this conversation?
You're still not ready. Just because you teamed up like I team up doesn't mean you're ready.
You're just ripping me off now. You just started your own cartoon show called Robin, Brave and the Bold.
Batman, Robin, and then Speedy and Green Arrow shot bullets like at each other's bullets, like Peacemaker and Bloodsport.
I knew you were gonna say that. Tom put in a super chat that says, "Make sure your seconds are effing seconds."
Yes.
Is that a reference to something that we did at some point? I'm just not remembering it.
Yes, that was from the We're Back commentary on After Dark.
Oh, that's right. That was a really long time ago, folks.
Yes. Make sure your seconds are fing seconds.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
Meanwhile, at Ubu.
Yeah, they remembered Ubu.
I mean, Aqualad, you are a second-class superhero.
Yeah.
No one cares.
That's why you're being treated that way.
You're the Ubu of superheroes.
This is a really funny gag where Green Arrow's like, "No, I treat my sidekick fine." And he's like, "Retrieve my arrow from the crocodile pit."
Aquaman's pretty happy in the background, though.
So I want to know what has happened between that Robin episode we just watched and this one, where Robin seems to have completely forgotten the lesson he learned last episode. It's like, now we've paid our dues. I'm like, I don't know if I trust that. I don't know if I buy that.
He learned a lesson, but it's still not Robin and Batman, so he's still mad.
It's just never going to be good enough. Really, the lesson here is get a not sidekick costume. Like, it's not enough to have yellow pants.
Yeah, no, it just makes your suit worse.
You have to be Nightwing first. I found myself so impatient in that previous episode to get to the Nightwing costume, because I had never seen it before and I knew what they would do with it. I was like, of course it's going to be the original Nightwing costume with the big collar. And then I was looking at pictures earlier of stuff from the show, and that is indeed what they do. And apparently that's in this episode.
But his Robin costume here is a collar.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about that big, like, Nightwing.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, he also has it here, too. Speedy, you sound like you're an idiot.
Anthony Cabrera, I mean, it's odd to design Neil Adams era characters in this show's design, but Talia looks the weirdest.
Carl Maxey asks if I paid my dues. Yes, the check is in the mail.
Yeah, he has to pay monthly dues to be on the channel. And he's the only person I do that to. Don't tell him that, though. He never pays attention to me when I'm talking, so he doesn't know that I'm saying that right now. Sorry, what?
I said they go with Raish in the show. I wasn't sure which way they were going to go.
Oh, yeah, good call. I wasn't even thinking about that. That's another fun gag that we just talked over, where Batman, like, uses reverse psychology to get get them to go to the safer island.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turns out it's not the safer island. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's great.
Batman, Aquaman, and Green Arrow about to get eaten by Audrey too.
And it turns into that kind of timeless shtick of, well, I know that you know that I know. Okay, so you know what else is weird about their costumes versus Robin's?
What's that?
Well, one of these things is not like the others because with having their childhood costumes, they both have the symbol on their belts, but Robin has nothing in the middle of his belt, like you've suggested earlier.
Robin's belt broke. I don't know. It's still on.
He can't find the buckle, so he just leaves it. Yeah, I don't know about Talia's face, but I like her outfit.
Yeah, I need another look at her, 'cause I didn't really have any thoughts on her design.
Somebody brought it up, so now we have to make the whole next 5 minutes about it, Austin.
Oh, okay. I don't know. She's Talia. I was more so thinking about if they were going to do some Bruce and Talia stuff in this episode.
Oh, now he's got his... That's kind of cool, where he steals those sticks from those guys, and then it's reminiscent of the Nightwing sticks.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Their Talia kind of looks like... she's got like a Darwin Cook face.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was weird.
Well, Batman's got a bat lightsaber.
See, I want to say that Talia... This is just based on, our previous knowledge, right? Because I want to say that Talia would be way too old for Robin, but then she looks about his age here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right here.
Oh, did Aquaman just call him Old Chum?
He did.
Yeah, there you go.
That comes up here and there in the show.
Well, it makes sense that Aquaman would say it.
It also cracks me up. This is neither here nor there, but it also cracks me up as a Power Rangers fan that somebody said, was it Alpha 5 or 6? Alpha 6 has the most irritating voice of anything in any show ever.
I don't know. That might not be true. Maybe. It's definitely up there.
How would you know?
Because I know what Alpha 5 sounds like.
I'm not talking about Alpha 5. I'm talking about Alpha 6.
Oh, I don't know.
That's what I just said. See what I said earlier about how Austin never listens to what I'm saying? No, I love the Alpha 5 voice. Alpha 6 and Turbo, that is the most irritating voice.
Oh, okay.
And I'm giving you information I know you don't have.
Yes.
And then you're all arguing like you know it.
Well, because Alpha, I didn't know that was a thing. So when you were talking about Alpha, whatever, I was like, oh, Alpha 5. I know what Alpha 5 is. I want Ubu to be like the villain equivalent of the Sidekicks, where he's like, it's always Ra's al Ghul and Ubu. So Ubu and Ra's al Ghul.
Interestingly, their Ra's al Ghul voice is not that far away from the animated series.
No, not at all.
Yeah, exactly. Dan's Den. He's got like a Brooklyn voice, and you're right. Like they change it later, mercifully, thank God. But yeah, it always kind of feels like an event in this show when they go to just the regular mainstream stuff because they do it so rarely.
Mm-hmm. Well, I remember having that when they first went to Joker. I was like, oh, I never really thought they would do that.
Yeah, it's not a given that they would.
Also, because we were talking over it, but they did a Golden Age Two-Face, and that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
In that danger room.
Yeah.
Because we never go back to that design.
No, and I think they do a straight-up Two-Face episode.
Yeah, probably. Or like maybe even just like a opening vignette. Like he's probably somewhere.
Mm-hmm. And I want to say this show has one two-parter, and that's all.
Yeah, I saw there was a...
It's Starro.
There's a Starro one. But see, I was thinking that Crime Syndicate one was technically a two-parter. I don't know if it's listed as one.
Maybe it's just not written out that way. And then they have a couple of opening vignettes that are to be continued in the next episode. So the actual episode proper is not a two-parter, but the cold opens are. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm saying they're always keeping you guessing. You know what I think is going to happen?
Yeah.
Just because of like my sensibilities and the things I love in comics specifically. I think if I actually finally sit down and watch this whole show cover to cover, I will accidentally decide this is my favorite Batman show.
I feel like,
and that feels blasphemy to me because like to TAS, which is maybe the other reason I've never finished it.
I feel like Talia is like your ideal perfect woman in this show.
What do you mean?
She wears a full purple.
What horrible sexist thing are you about to say?
No, she has a full purple bodysuit, purple lipstick, purple eyes, and there's like purple highlights in her hair.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant proverbial you. You mean me?
Yeah, no, like you, like.
You're like, no, I should have this massive crush on their Talia because she's all purple.
Because she's literally nothing but purple. The only thing that's not purple is her face.
And you know, I'm so predictable. I'm not like this show. Like you could peg me all day long. Cause when she popped up and I said I like her costume, the first thing I thought was it's purple.
Yeah, it's literally just Black Widow but purple.
He basically is just animated series Ra's al Ghul. Like he's not even in the style of the show.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the design's just Ra's al Ghul, but like they're like that's what both of those shows went to.
Oh, is that true? Anthony Cabrera claims they do season-long arcs within the vignettes.
Oh, that's crazy.
See, I've never watched them in order.
What madness.
But I know they
do... Oh my god, this just is Audrey too.
Yeah, the piranha plants are super cool looking.
Yeah.
Senior Sticks, $2 super chat. Cap, 3 Clock Kings. Whose villain are they? I'm not sure what that means. 3 Clock Kings.
What's like 3 Jokers? That's gonna be you're gonna write one book for DC and it's gonna be 3 Clock Kings.
Yeah, I mean Clock King starts as a Green Arrow villain and then he's in a lot of Batman stuff.
And then he can be a Aquaman villain as well, because Aqualad was part of that team.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I guess the next thing he makes the most sense for is Flash, maybe. Like, I could have seen Clock King just being another Flash villain.
Hmm.
He would fit with the Rogues okay.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, and his gimmick there would be that second animated series thing, right, where he stops time.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah, you give him more of a superpower.
Yeah, like he can stop time, and that's how he can compete with the Flash.
That's true, because all the Rogues have something that physically stops Flash, or at least has the potential to. I don't know about boomerangs, but
Hey, Captain Boomerang is the best rogue.
I'm saying all he really does is throw a thing.
Yeah, but he's real darn good at it.
Hi, AMC. How are you, man? Senior Stick says he's an arrow. Oh, I know, cause I love him in that show.
Oh. And Captain Boomerang, I think, isn't he the villain in the crossover?
AMC says I was invited to come. Okay, I mean you were uninvited.
you, whoa, Batman really just does have lightsabers on this show. He just whipped out like a blue lightsaber out of his belt. Does Ubu ever open his eyes?
No, that's a thing we do with a few characters in this show because that's also very Silver Age.
No, of course. It's just funny.
Do you remember that annoying period in the early 2000s where every Superman cover was like that, where Superman constantly had his eyes closed? That was like during the
Yes.
big Jeff Loeb run. God, I hated that.
Well, that was just comics for a long time with the Liefeld influence.
That's true, but it felt like a throwback thing where they were trying to make it look like Gold or Silver Age. I was like, stop it! Let him open his freaking eyes. I don't mind it in panels here and there, but every cover was doing it. That was annoying.
Batman should have taken his shirt off to do this lightsaber fight.
Oh, that's a good call. Yeah, because that's a pretty classic Batman thing to do when he's fighting Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, it's the one image that we all want.
Yeah. But I
If
think
that's
even
not in that live action, the DCU one, I'm gonna be so angry. Oh my God, Robin just killed Ubu.
it'll be the first time that a Batman actor really needs to bulk up that hard to play that character.
It is true.
Because they always do it, but then they wear like 50 pounds of muscle suit, and you're like, why? I guess Ben Affleck had to so that he could pull tires.
Pull tires around, yeah, throw tires and punch tires.
It's really all about the tires. Can you imagine spending that long in the gym lifting like that just for the sake of tires? For
I
like
wanna-
one
that-
sequence.
I want to walk into a gym now and ask them how many tire workouts they have.
Carl Maxey $2 super chat. DC should use Equinox more.
Ra's al Ghul just whipped out his
That's a character I know
Tamagotchi.
nothing about. For me, Equinox is a starship in Star Trek Voyager and a vehicle that I drive. And by the way, I'm so sick of the Chevy Equinox because I never noticed them until I got one, and now I park next to them all the time and almost get into the wrong car constantly.
That's like anytime you get a car, you suddenly see it everywhere. Or like somebody you know gets a car and then you see it everywhere.
I've been seriously considering actually paying to get my car painted like an unusual color so I can find it in a parking lot.
Put it in plaid.
Because everybody's got a white Equinox. It drives me insane. And twice in the last month, one of my kids has started to get into somebody else's vehicle, and one time it was while the person was in the driver's seat.
Oh no, at least they're kids. I did that once when I was like 20. And they were like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I was like, I don't know."
Batman and Robin both always have like wings or jetpacks that can pop out in this show. Like anytime the story really needs them to get out of a jam, it's always like, how are they going to get out of the air? I guess
Oh
he's
my
got a jetpack.
God. Holy crap. Batman just like obliterated a sword with his bare hands. That was like the last one of these we did with New Adventures, where Robin bent the steel beams.
Oh yeah, I remember you laughing at that. See, he's also got a jetpack.
He does, yeah. They should have made a video game out of this.
They did.
Oh yeah, but I like a good one.
Oh no, I like the beat 'em up based on this a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
See,
no, this show got a really good 2D side scroller beat 'em up on the Wii, and it's got a really cool jazz soundtrack.
See, I was thinking this Batman would have been perfect for the treatment of the Dreamcast Spider-Man. Like it's like the same kind of iteration.
Yeah,
especially
you could
with all the team up stuff.
You could totally do a good 3D thing with it, but given that this is such a throwback show in the first place, it made a lot of sense to me to go back to a kind of like souped up 16-bit thing with it. So I really love that they did that because that's kind of where I live. But
yeah, well, part of it was just the ending there. Reminded me of the ending of that first game.
I just felt the need to defend that when you were like, no, a good one. I'm like, screw you, man.
No, I mean, I was just joking. I don't know anything about that game.
I must have been taking care of a kid at the end of this because I did not see Nightwing before, and I was really upset that that first episode didn't end like this, and then this did, and I totally missed it.
Oh, Batman said it.
Good job, Batman.
Oh, you just named him. What was his name going to be? Robin?
Robin. He doesn't seem real imaginative, this Robin.
No.
He's like, well, I'm too grown up now to have to run around with bare legs. So what am I going to put on my
thong, so I better put a thong over yellow pants.
That's what I was going to say. Is like, I got yellow in my costume in some places. I guess I'll just have yellow pants.
It should have been like the original Scooby-Doo meets Batman Robin, where he just has like a really long shirt. It's like he does have like the green thong, but like you barely see it because his shirt's just really long. It's really weird. That was a choice.
So I might have picked entirely season 3 stuff after this.
Well, I think out of this in the description, the episodes are out of order, but I could be wrong.
So I mentioned that earlier that I put them out of order on purpose.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Because I wanted to, do pairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Bold Beginnings is season 3, episode 9, and I partly picked this because of what I mentioned earlier, where we get some, regular team-up characters from the show. But I also picked it because this is the cold open with Space Ghost. Yeah. And it blew my mind when I first found out they did that. And I didn't know about it for years, Austin.
I was like, oh, of course he picked the one with Space Ghost.
And like that's actually not the reason I picked this. It just happens to be the Space Ghost episode.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, because when I put it on the list, I narrowed it down from like 10 things I put on my list, and it was all stuff I saw this last week, like I said. And this one I was like, well, we need to kind of round this out where there's at least one that's got like Aquaman and or Green Arrow, some of those guys. Mm-hmm. And then I went back and looked at, oh, that's a Space Ghost one. Okay. Here we go. Everybody get ready to press play. When I say now, sorry, I am reading comments.
No, you're good.
Yeah, AMC, I'm with you. That race does kind of sound like David Warner, and it's not David Warner. It's crazy. Okay, here we go. Everybody, please press play right now.
He should have teamed up with Bugs for an episode. Oh, and it's got a Space Ghost title card.
Yes. Well, and like the whole... Have you ever seen this? Because
no.
This whole opening is done in the style of that show.
Oh, yeah.
And they nail all the sound effects, which is super great, which is super funny.
It is weird, though, because it's that same style, but with, like, quality.
Yeah. Yeah, I say that. Like, it's not like they change their character models. but the backgrounds of that show.
Well, I wouldn't even. I just mean like 'cause it's done digitally, so it doesn't look like it was made with the budget of a ham sandwich.
But yeah, these flying sound effects make me very happy. Have you ever seen Old Space Ghost?
I haven't seen any Space Ghost.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
Well,
about
this is
that
basically
show.
what that show was like, except like you said, quality of animation. The only thing that
This
was
guy's
kind of
already inherently my favorite character.
the only thing that's kind of sad is that they didn't go for a more like classic recognizable Space Ghost villain.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
It would have. I mean, this Creature King guy, like, I think that's a character from that show. And you gotta understand that, like, I'm a Space Ghost fan because of, Coast to Coast and all that stuff that made fun of this show. But I've also always liked the designs and, like, some of the basic ideas of some of these characters. So I always thought that you could do a really cool, serious thing with it. And indeed, that's been done in comics. But it was really cool to get to see this. It would have blown my mind if they'd done Zorakabrak.
Yeah, but we have a small guy that talks like this. So I'm
That was just Hanna-Barbera at that time. Like, every other
Exactly.
villain was that guy.
He's really small. He's got a big head, and he talks like that. He's a perfect character.
But, I would have been happy with Moltar or with, I can't remember the name of the Spider Queen character. There's like an arachnid queen, like elderly lady villain.
Does part of you just wish that this was the full episode?
There's a Lokar. Yeah, I do kind of have that. But then it's a good episode besides. So, like, at least it's not in front of a lame episode.
He's gonna eat that stupid monkey.
There was some pretty ambitious storyboarding there.
Whoa.
Like, that shot of the serpent coming at the camera, that was really, really cool.
Those other two were their designs remind me of Gotham and Gotham Girl.
Oh,
from
was her
Tom
name
King.
just Black Widow? Yeah, I couldn't remember Dan's Den. It's been too long. Lokar, that's another one. So you gotta sit here and get my Space Ghost cred back by proving that I've seen Space Ghost.
All I know is that I'm happy with get them. It's Space Ghost. I am something else.
His voice is kind of perfect too. I wish they'd come back and just made the show. No one would have cared but me. But
Is this a guy that's done Space Ghost before, or is this just like a completely new actor?
no, it's just a different voice. But they're
okay.
because they're trying to mimic what that show sounded like.
Yeah, why was obviously I knew it wasn't gonna be the original Space Ghost, but I thought maybe it could have been the Coast to Coast one.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that would have been too like over the top. Like,
okay. I don't know enough about any of this stuff.
He's not actually doing that voice. He's doing a real exaggerated version of that. So they found somebody to go back and make it actually sound like it did.
Okay.
Yes, it's Space Ghost. We were talking over it. Has he even used his power bands yet? Oh, there he goes. No. There he goes. He's about to. He's going to try. It ends up being oddly
They held on
limiting.
that laugh like a little bit too long, and it made it way funnier.
So it's weird when you're Space Ghost that you've got buttons on the sides of your gauntlets that do things, but then you also can just shoot your arm out and beams come out. So what's the point of the buttons?
I don't know.
Why do you even need them?
He's still laughing. I'm surprised nobody's mentioned that Space Ghost's
soundtrack
design is like he just has Batman's mask but without the ears.
Oh yeah. When I was in high school, I made a custom Space Ghost Pez dispenser out of a Batman Pez dispenser by melting down the ears and repainting the mask.
Well, now that's just man. That's like a thing now.
Yeah. Back then, you couldn't get anything like that. Oh, wow. Anthony Cabrera said that actually is the original actor.
Oh, okay.
Gary Owens. Yeah, I didn't know that.
I just assumed he was dead. I probably shouldn't have.
That's cool. I sort of did the same thing. I know you've never seen that show, but that's really neat.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how necessary Batman was on that adventure.
I mean, it was just an excuse to do Space Ghost.
I feel like Space Ghost didn't really need Batman at all.
They should have done like a full Hanna-Barbera, like everybody shows up to fight Dick Dastardly episode.
But it's still just to fight that like tiny, irritating, laughing guy.
Oh yeah, it'd be him. He teams up with Dick Dastardly.
Yeah, it would have been cool if they'd done a full episode where one of Space Ghost's villains teams up with one of Batman's villains. I'm not sure what that would look like.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know, the first thing that comes to mind is you like Zorak and Poison Ivy.
Do that little guy in Batmite, I guess. Even though Batmite's not really a villain, but he could be.
It's weird for Batmite to ever team up with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
See, I this is another one of those things that's kind of fun because we're doing a villain that we don't see much in the show. I don't know if we see him outside of this episode at all, but Mr. Freeze, and they'll reveal his outfit at the end, and he's I don't know if he's like straight up Golden Age Mr. Freeze, but he reminds me of one of the early 60s Batman.
Golden Age Batman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We do with like every era. The show, it's
Ruby
wonderful.
Rider's like right out of a Bond movie.
And there's the Cavalier.
Yep.
And I don't know if you're aware of this, but we go to Vicky Vale a few times in the show.
I did know that. Yeah.
And we'll get her in one or two of the episodes we're watching tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that any other cartoon show ever did her.
It would have been cool with this Batman if his Batmobile was just like the red Cadillac.
Yeah.
That's weird seeing Golden Age Batman with the jetpack.
Yeah, I thought that too. That was a neat shot, though.
Yeah, it was.
When he jumps off that roof, it looked great. The show just always looks good.
He needs purple gloves, or like more vibrant purple, because they might be.
It depends on the lighting. There are shots of it where they're pretty prominently purple.
Okay, it's a little hard to tell, but most of the time he's been in shadow.
And Austin, I would know because I love purple.
That's why you're so attracted to Talia in this show.
Yeah. You know, I needed you to tell me that I had an attraction to that character. I didn't realize it.
It wasn't when you looked longingly into her purple eyes.
No, No, you know what? I never thought to collect that character, but now I'm thinking about it. Now I think I might be like a Talia.
I'm sure they made a ton of purple Talia merch in the show.
Yeah, well, that's the reason I'm thinking about collecting it, is it should take a weekend to order that one thing they made.
20 minutes. What rock did Batman just smash? He like came in smashing a rock. Oh, I guess it was the door, but it looked like it was like shattering rock.
So this was, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over your point, but this is a cool choice for the kind of period that we're in. Because, you know, we're doing the 30s Batman costume, so it's like, let's have him go swashbuckling, and so you bring in the Cavalier. It's just a good choice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird Batarang.
That is a weird Batarang.
So, I'm sorry, what were you saying about rocks? I missed that.
Oh, it was like nothing, but it was the way that he came in made it look like he was bashing in a rock, but I think it was supposed to be the door.
Okay.
I thought he like punched a rock into pieces.
He threw a rock at him.
Yeah. I'm surprised this Batman... Oh, well, I guess it's because it's earlier Batman. He doesn't have his sword in his belt, his lightsaber.
Yeah, but she's still got tasers.
Yep.
Oh, and this is what I was talking about earlier, that we're trying to do a Batman that's like got different motivations, characterized a little bit differently. So he's at least according to Green Arrow in a period where he doesn't want to team up with anybody, and he looks a little more, I don't know, if not jaded or conflicted, just more kind of keeping to himself and super serious.
This jaded Batman should have been mad at Green Arrow for being just a ripoff of him. 'Cause
Yeah, that's a cool angle. Actually, they could have done that show.
Like, I'm driving my Aeromobile out of my Arrow cave.
Cavalier's also a good choice because he just feels like a Green Arrow villain, but he's not.
That is true.
Like, why is that not a Green Arrow villain? James Egan, $7.99 super chat. Thank you. Do you guys think Batmite? He said mighty, but I think he means Batmite. Batmite will appear in Brave and the Bold movie. I hope we finally get the blue and gray suit. I would be surprised if they went that crazy out there, that out the gate like that. But Austin and I have speculated about the possibility of a Mixoplick or a Batmite, and I think eventually you'll get there. I don't think they'll do it right out the gate though.
Well, Batmite's one of Gunn's favorite characters, so Batmite will show up in something. I don't know that he shows up in that movie, but it is possible. He will show up in something.
Although it would be gutsy to introduce Damian Wayne in the same movie where you introduced Batmite. That is a wild idea.
I'm waiting after the first season of Peacemaker where they talk about him. I'm waiting for Matter Eater Lad to show up in one of these movies.
I have heard of that, but I don't know what that looks like.
He is just a superhero that eats like all matter. Like it's like if he were in this chain thing, he would start eating the bars. It's like the chains.
Oh, thanks AMC. That's right. He mentioned that Vicky Vale is in Batman vs. Dracula, and I forgot all about that.
Yeah, she is. I think that's the only place she's in that show, isn't it?
According to him, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert on the Batman, though. I've seen maybe more of that now than this show, but one of the reasons earlier I said that I wouldn't mind the show coming back if it was enough of the original crew is this one did get cut kind of short, I think, Austin. Like I think, and I don't know if it was a ratings issue or what, because I always got the sense that this show did not find the audience they were hoping it would, but I don't know how right I am about that. But the last season is only 13 episodes, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't by design. Mm-hmm. I think they got straight up canceled, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys, because I've not looked into that.
I was like, if they were canceled, they knew it long enough to make a finale.
So that's nice.
Yeah. The villains in this segment are just straight up Dick Tracy villains. That's great.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh my god, whoa!
I can't believe I'm looking at this happening right now.
Who wrote this? Paul Dini and Bruce Timm? Oh wait, no, it's not Zatanna.
I was gonna say no, they wouldn't do that. It's a male character. It does look bad. I'd like to never see that happen ever again.
That should be in every episode.
Roboters says it was most likely a toy selling issue. Yeah, good call. Dan Stan, it lasted 65 episodes because that's the regular number an action cartoon is allowed to have.
Yeah, that is a good run.
Yeah, and I'm not even saying it doesn't have enough episodes or like they didn't get enough done. Obviously, I haven't seen the whole thing, but every time I watch it, I'm surprised by another character they decided to bring in. But I just thought they didn't get to make as many as they wanted to.
Mm. I think the moment they got canceled was when they animated Plastic Man's butt. Picking up a bomb between the cheeks.
Yeah, they got a phone call right after that.
Yeah, it was like, you are done.
They're like, get your last episode written because you're out.
You're out of the picture making business, kids.
Plastic Man, I never want to see you ever again.
Oh, that weird foot thing I think is way grosser than that butt one.
Yeah, that is pretty gross. So I like I said, I had this on the other day, and my son Freddie was freaking out because they were doing a fight scene on top of a character. He was like,
pretty
"That's so
fun.
cool! They're fighting on Plastic Man."
Plastic Man's another one of those characters that I remember being in the show a lot too.
Yeah, I want to say he's in that video game. I can't remember.
Is Plastic Man in one of the CW shows? I'm trying to remember.
Yes.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, because there was a whole controversy with his.
Oh,
with his
that's right.
actor.
That was the guy that they like got rid of real quick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I know they did Elongated Man.
it was-
He's got the worst costume ever.
Oh, I didn't even know that. But he was, or I don't remember. He was real late in the game. I don't think they add him until like season 6 or 7
Okay.
of Flash. So I have to be specific about the show. It was Flash.
Yeah.
So they love those like knockout money shots where they have like the replacement backgrounds.
hmm
And sometimes they'll do that for comedy where they'll do like 15 of those in a row and it's always funny.
Well, it was good in the last one where it was like Speedy got one and then Aqualad got one and then Robin just straight up decked it, dude. And it didn't have it. It made it way funnier.
Yeah, it feels almost like maybe I'm overthinking this, Austin, but it feels like almost intentionally like the reverse of putting the words in front of the screen in 60s Batman to hide the violence.
hmm
You know what I mean? Where it's like we showcase it. Where it's like here's a guy getting totally knocked out, and then we do not words in the background, but just like big exciting shapes.
hmm Big splash colors.
And then it also just looks like a comic splash page.
James Egan, I have not played the Brave and the Bold game on Wii.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. He didn't really know anything about it, but it's neat.
Oh my god, I had a Batman toy as a kid that looked exactly like this with the flippers.
Well, it was probably from this show.
It wasn't. It was before this.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, because I'm like 12 when the show starts, but this was like when I was like a kid.
Sorry, when I said that, I interrupted you. I thought you were bringing up not Batman, but Black Manta, because
Oh.
I had a Black Manta toy from the show.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. No, it was like a comic book Batman that was like Undersea Batman. And it was like the only Batman toy I had for a long time.
I'm not sure how good the toy line was for this, but it feels like it's no brainer. You should have had all these different Batman costumes and
Yeah, I'm not sure. By this point in time, I wasn't getting a lot of toys of like show stuff. Like I think this is like a little bit after I started getting the spectacular stuff, and I was still getting Transformers at this point, but that was like the end of me buying toys.
So my stepmom has worked for McDonald's for years, and every time she can, she gets me the McDonald's displays for the Happy Meal toys that are related to stuff that me or my kids care about.
Yeah.
And we got the one for this one, so that's where that Black Manta toy came from. We had
Oh, okay.
the whole set from the show.
No, 2009 is also when my mom gives away all my toys, and I was very sad. Because I had an awesome Unicron, and I wish I still had it. 'Cause it was like this big.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm sad.
I'm so sorry. AMC says Plastic Man was only playable in the DS version. I forgot the DS had a version, and I should get that. Yeah, and that Mr. Freeze voice is great. They're going to
It's Maggio, I think, isn't it?
I'm not sure, but they're going for the like German 60s Batman version.
Yeah. Well, it's a little hard to tell because his voice is through a
Oh, yes, he said wild. That's the Otto Pimminger thing.
He's got the Lego Mr. Freeze henchman.
Admittedly, if you don't already love 60s Batman, there's not quite as much here for people, probably. Like, I get really excited about that stuff.
Well, that's probably why, if that is the case, the show had a hard time finding an audience because that stuff wasn't even really available. Like,
Yeah. No, it would be another 6 or 7 years before it even came to video finally.
mhm. Look, I remember when this
No,
came
no,
out. And I
three.
was
After it ended, it'd be three because that stuff came out in 14. And
yeah.
yeah, sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just saying. Like, I remember when the show aired. Like, this was a show that had to win me over because I was not into the premise when I found out what it was.
A lot of people had that, yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, well, that's not Batman. And then I watched the first episode and I was like, ah, Blue Beetle's cool.
Now I don't know if I needed Aquaman to come right out and say ice puns.
Oh, okay, yeah, no. I think I'm a little bit behind you. So when
Oh,
you
sorry.
said that, I thought you just no. When you said that, I thought you meant like the ice pun he said.
No, and they've done a few since we actually got Mr. Freeze on screen, which I thought was really fun. But then to be kind of memey with it,
Well, I was fully with it when he said it and then laughed like way too long.
yeah,
But then I didn't need him to say ice puns.
I didn't really need him to say that, yeah.
And I agree.
Because you're basically just coming out and
Like how-
going, you know the reference, right? And like, this show's
Yeah.
too good for that.
I like how depressed Mr. Freeze looks, though.
Okay, well, we have watched 3 episodes. We're halfway there. Why don't we go ahead and take a couple-minute break, and we will come back and watch Knights of Tomorrow. This is the one I'm most excited for Austin to watch.
What's the episode number on that? Just so I could get to it.
I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, no worries.
Like I said, I don't have it listed, so I have to go look for
Oh, that's
it.
right, I forgot. Sorry.
No, you're okay. They're all in 3, because a lot of the stuff I really wanted to watch turned out to be in 3. Well, is it in 3? Maybe this one's in 2. It is episode 23 of season 2.
Knights of Tomorrow. Yep, that is episode 23 for me as well.
And we'll have a couple of Joker episodes in the second.
We've got Calabac.
Say again?
So we've got Calabac.
In this one?
Yeah, that's what it's Knights of Tomorrow, The Question, Batman Dodge, Calabac.
Oh, because of the cold open. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay.
That's right. I don't always remember what the
a few
openings are
times in
when
the
they don't have
show.
that much to do with the rest of the show.
Mhm.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and go to a break, and we will be right back, folks. Give us just 3 or 4 minutes. Thanks for watching with us. Hope you're enjoying it, and we'll be right back. Hey everybody, I'm back. Just waiting for Austin to return, but thought I'd talk to you guys for a little bit while we're waiting for him. People in the comments are talking about how they feel like season 3 is weaker than the other seasons, and I'm not having that experience with what I've seen with it so far. But like I said, I keep kind of cherry picking, jumping around just based on what titles and thumbnails look fun. And so a lot of what I ended up wanting to pick from tonight was stuff that I saw in 3. And like I mentioned earlier, if you came to the stream late, I was surprised by how much mainstream like big A-list character stuff actually ends up being in the show and later, and so I wanted to explore some of that tonight. But yeah, I find myself really digging what I've seen of that season so far. There's only 13, and I've seen probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them, and I think I liked everything I saw so far. So maybe all the other episodes are weak in comparison. But anyway, it's really nice to be back on stream and fun hanging out with you guys. Like I said, I have been out all week working on the Superhero Rewind movie, which is going great. But we'll have another stream on Sunday night if all goes according to plan, because I'm gonna see the new Planet of the Apes tomorrow, which has been my most anticipated movie this year. I've been really excited about it and did not have a chance to go to the theater last week. We're in the busiest part of the year for me and my family right now, and just couldn't get to it last week. So gonna sneak it in tomorrow, and then I'm gonna review that on Sunday night with Connor and Jason, and I think Robert is supposed to make that stream with us too. So look forward to that if you have seen that movie and you want to listen to us talk about it. I thought Austin might be back by now, but he is taking his time on his break. So I will just chat with you guys until he gets back. Tyler, just out of curiosity, have you seen the finale? Yeah, and I love it. I've probably seen that episode as many times as anything else. I've like the most times of anything I've seen this episode or the show for whatever reason. I think I've seen that probably 3 or 4 times. Hello, Austin.
Hey, what's up?
He's back. So, Austin, are you at some point during Batman? We've got at least a couple more Batman episodes to make, or shows, pardon me, to make this month. Are you at any point going to wear a shirt that has Batman on it?
I actually don't think I own a Batman shirt.
Oh, that's shocking to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think so.
I just feel like you're a
Batman
big
shirts in the
enough
past.
Batman guy. It's kind of surprising if you. I'm gonna get Austin a Batman shirt. We're gonna make that happen. We're gonna.
It is shocking I don't have one.
Everybody in the comments, tell me what kind of Batman shirt I should find for Austin. Like what should be on it? 'Cause there's a lot of different kind of Batman shirts. Like, should it just be a bat symbol, or should it have a specific villain on it? Particular
be
Batman.
A custom-made shirt of the one animation error from the Scooby-Doo crossover where Batman's legs are his skin color, so he just looks like he has a thong, like Robin.
Look, Austin, I don't know if I can find that in on short notice. AMC, when are you planning to review X-Men 97? It's on the list of things to do. So Jason and I did a watch party for the first few episodes of that show. We have finished it. I want to rewatch it before we do a spoiler cast. That's how we handle it. Jason and I were kind of between doing a spoiler cast and just knocking out the rest of it the same way we did the first time around, as a commentary. But I think we're leaning towards spoiler cast right now, and that's going to mean that we're going to need time to go back and rewatch at least everything past the first 3 episodes, which I've seen a couple of times now. But the rest of it I've only seen once as it aired, and sometimes, again, during the day while I'm taking care of a baby and stuff, so not able to concentrate as much as I want to then talk about it. But I have seen all of it. And all I'll say right now, to not give away anything, is overall I'm still really happy with it, and I love that show. And I don't know, just a treat that came back the way it did and was actually worth doing. But and I love the way that they're adapting stuff from that period and before that show never got around to. The only thing that I was kind of disappointed by, Austin, is there was a real big villain thing that it felt like they were building toward that they didn't do.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I was a little disappointed by that.
Maybe next season. I think it's already greenlit for 3.
It is, but
they
like
already announced the writer for 3.
But with the way it ends, it feels like we've moved past it. Yeah, and like it's possible that they come up with some way to contrive it to then come back to it, but like it feels like we've moved past it already.
Oh, okay. So it was just probably something they weren't into. I gotcha.
Yeah, I'm just not sure why they even. I don't know. I'm being cryptic, but like just for people that haven't seen it. But yeah, I'm not sure why they did some of the stuff they did if that's not where they were going. And they like massively alluded to it, and in a
red
way,
herring, I guess.
I guess. I don't know, but I don't. It's all right. I enjoyed it all the same.
James Egan asks if I'm very hyped for Furiosa. Not really. Like almost not at all. I don't know. The trailers I think just kind of look wonky.
I had that with it too.
It's got one of those, like when I look at the trailers, I'm like, I feel like half of it's them just on a green screen, and it doesn't look very good. But maybe it'll be good. I like Fury Road, okay, but I don't love that movie. I think it's fine. It's really awesome. Like the action's really awesome. Like all that stuff's really cool. I just don't really like the characters, and Tom Hardy sucks in that movie, like he always does.
Yeah, I enjoyed it the one time I saw it, but it didn't like change my whole world like it did for some people. Like I didn't see it as the big grand masterpiece a lot of people did, like story and character wise. But I also wasn't already into that, so like that was my entry into that whole world. And like you said, as a ride, it was really enjoyable and exciting. But
that's all I've ever really had with it.
I didn't latch onto
really
it real
cool.
hard.
And I get like it's doing a lot of storytelling visually, but like I don't know. I don't really care about Furiosa as a character in that movie, and some of that stuff. And I really don't like Tom Hardy Mad Max, but that's whatever. Yeah, if it's good, like I'll probably check it out. Like I don't know if I'll go to the theater to see it, but I'll probably watch it at some point. Furiosa.
Yeah, I don't need to go to the theater to see that. If like I know Connor's excited about it, and if he just begs me to review it, I'll try to work it in. But Connor would be the only reason I would bother to go to the theater to see that.
Yeah, and it's getting really good reviews, I think, which isn't shocking because George Miller is a really good director. But just off the trailers, like I wasn't really feeling.
I also don't trust that these days. Like a lot of things
true.
I absolutely hate get great reviews, so that tells me absolutely nothing.
Very true, but I'm just thinking about like George Miller's history. But you are correct.
Sure.
You are correct. He's making another Mad Max, I think he said, and I'm like, it's gonna be stupid Tom Hardy again. Stu Old Man Mel Gibson, god damn it.
Well, anyway, let's go ahead and get back to this. So we're going to watch the 23rd episode of Season 2 for Brave and the Bold, or whatever number it's listed for Austin in Canada.
Mine is 23.
Oh, wow. That's shocking. I'm just glad that you have it.
Yeah, it worked out. And this season might have all the episodes.
This is the one I most wanted to get your reaction to, so naturally this would be the one it didn't have. I'm really glad that didn't happen.
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
I may do a little bit less talking with this particular episode because I want to get Austin's reaction, and I kind of just want to watch it. So,
boy, now I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see what you'll think of this. Because Jason and I were watching this, and it was like, oh wait, what is happening? And then this, okay. So it was really fun. So yeah, this one I really just want to watch, but obviously we'll react and talk a little bit here and there. Here we go, everybody. Timestamp 0. I'm about to press play. You know the drill. Here we go. Everybody, please press play right now. I wish I did have a dime for every time I've said that now. In my 15 years on YouTube. So this is the one that I think does it to be continued at the end of the cold open.
These are some like Mike Mignola parademons.
Parademons, yeah. Oh, also,
Seeing
I
the
was
Question
watching.
hang out on Apocalypse is really funny.
I was watching
This
this with
image.
Freddie, and he'd never seen the Question before, and he goes, "Why doesn't he have a face?"
You should show him the Indiana Joe episode of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show.
Wow, I can't believe you pulled that out of the back of your face.
Oh, I love Indiana Joe. He has no face, and I don't know why. There's Calabac and his two famous hounds.
So, this is another place where we're kind of going for new voice actors doing similar performances to DCAU. Because Calabac in that show, if memory serves, is Michael Dorn, and this guy is almost doing a Michael Dorn impression.
Oh, sure.
And
They should have
then,
done an impression of the Super Friends Calabac.
and then I feel like their Question is a little more throwbacky, but he's still not that far away from Jeffrey Combs.
And I feel like the questions, he's so defined in what his character is that like we all hear a very similar voice, I think.
That's a good point. There's only one way to voice him. He's a noir kind of character.
Yeah. Like, that makes sense. These are some giant ass Mike Mignola
They're really big.
parademons.
Yep.
Give them one big hand and they're just Hellboy.
Yeah, I can't remember if it actually says to be continued. I know there's some that do that, but this one I think he just jumps, and you don't know what happens to him, and then it goes to the opening titles.
It's just so funny seeing the Question hanging out on Apocalypse.
Yeah, it feels almost like an intercompany crossover. Like, these two things don't go together.
I mean, it's cool that you get like one of the big Ditko DC characters in the Kirby world.
Oh, that's a great point too.
But especially, I don't know if you know this, Cap, but when
That's fun.
the fourth world stuff was going down, he wanted to kind of be the overseer while other creators took over, and he wanted Ditko to do the Mr. Miracle stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Not that that's what they were thinking of, but I think that's just kind of interesting.
There's Despero. I saw that.
Yep. I saw that on the first one.
Oh, okay. I'll try to find one that's more off the beaten path next time.
Yeah. Well, the one that keeps coming to me every time is Ocean Master.
Okay. You got to listen to the narration here.
Batman.
So we got our Golden Age Batman again, and I think his gloves are more clearly purple here.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But that partner would not be Green Arrow.
It would be Blue Beetle. Hey,
See, that's great.
It's that cover.
Yep, and then we go back to 60s Batman.
Yep.
Who's that pirate guy?
I don't know, but he had a parrot. Rogue punched him.
Yay for the handshaking. Wow, we are really lingering on this handshaking.
That's not what happened.
No, that's not what happened. So Joker with that mallet, like fighting Batman in side profile like that, is one of the most iconic Batman images to me, just from when I was a kid. Because for whatever reason, that image was like everywhere on stuff. I had a lunchbox that had that. Like, that image is born into my brain. I don't know if that's like originally a Neil Adams drawing or what exactly that is.
I don't know. But it's interesting that we do a Golden Age Batman in the show, because their Catwoman and Joker already are very Golden Age.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, but then their Batman design is more of a 70s.
Yeah,
look.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's interesting that we did give Batman that look for like a couple episodes, because
That's true.
some of that is kind of baked into other characters.
Was that Hugo Strange, or did he just sort of look like him?
I'm pretty sure it was Hugo Strange. Oh my God, it's Tom King.
Yeah, because he says bat and cat.
No. Bruce Wayne, run! She's gonna walk
Clark!
out on you. There's Clark.
And there's Oliver.
Yeah, he finally has the beard. Catwoman really puts her hips into rocking that baby.
So at first I thought we were doing like the Earth 2 thing where it was going to be like Helena Wayne.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised that Damien's the
And
son
then
of Catwoman.
This is how they get Damien?
Weird. So it's going to be like Damien in name only then.
Yes. I love this Batman museum.
It's just shaped like a bat.
Yeah, well, it's got bat symbols everywhere. Like, it's so ridiculous. It was really nice of Bruce Wayne to donate the entire contents of the Batcave.
There's Mr. Freeze. And there's the freeze gun.
Oh, yeah. See, look at all this great continuity.
Oh, there's another freeze gun.
Aren't you impressed with the way I connected all these episodes tonight, which I did entirely on purpose?
Yeah, that was very impressive.
Like, I was thinking about Nightwing and Mr. Freeze when I chose this episode. I sure was. I was not.
But you didn't include Green Lantern.
No, I didn't pick any Green Lantern thing. So it's weird that he's got a 60s Batmobile here. We've got like several different cars in this museum. But when we did the 60s Batman stuff earlier, where we did the like suit up and the getting in the car and all that, it was not the 60s Batman car. I don't really know why they did that, but
why is nobody else in this museum? Oh, okay.
Those people are running.
Yeah, so I guess there were a few other people.
Anthony Cabrera says that's the Birds of Prey episode. So I know Huntress is in this show. Did they do Earth 2 Huntress?
Oh my God, what is this Joker look?
Well, it's a different Joker.
Oh. He's like a fatter Earth 1 Joker.
Yeah, so we're in the future, and the original Joker has ostensibly died.
I assumed this was just like their older Joker look. Like that's why he looks different.
That's what I thought at first, but it is not.
I don't like this Joker design. That or the fact that he sees Joker and goes, "Daddy."
That voice is terrifying.
This episode makes me uncomfortable.
I love that line. She goes, "Someone had kids with that guy?"
Oh my God, he's gonna kill Harvey Bullock.
That's not Harvey Bullock.
He probably is. Look,
doesn't even look like Harvey Bullock.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he got older and he's in a sweater.
Okay. He looks like a middle-aged journalist.
I hope Batman or Bruce Wayne and Selina get killed here, and then we get a new Batman with Damian.
Well, he's a baby right now.
Yeah, but he'll be Batman.
Baby Batman?
Yeah.
It's sure a good thing.
How big is this museum? He's been flying straight forward.
He's just going in circles.
20 minutes.
It's sure a good thing that Bruce Wayne was ready for acid.
It's a good thing that Selina brought her whip.
They're just always prepared.
Ugh.
Tyler says it is Bertinelli. Okay, I thought they just did a Bertinelli in this, but somebody said something about a Birds of Prey episode, so Oh wait, no, he's not a baby anymore. He's this age. Forgot about that.
I mean, it is gas. Like, you would still, just because you threw it 2 feet away, you'd still get gas.
So Anthony mentioned that she got the whip because it was in the museum.
Yeah, no, that's what I figured.
I kind of
'cause,
missed
like,
that.
you could see the Catwoman behind her, and in that last shot where he grabbed the nunchucks, there was a whip there too. Whoa! Oh.
Yeah, his batsuit's weird because I don't know why it's got the weird color thing in the
I don't know why it's got like a partial logo on the mask.
top of the cowl. Well, I don't think it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to just be light reflecting off of it.
No, I think it is too, but it's still like partly the logo.
Yeah, the problem is every time he moves, it stays. Like it should disappear sometimes.
When he's got like the lions down the sides too.
Maybe that is what it is. Maybe it just is kind of the logo. It's weird. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
The suit's fine otherwise. I mean, I like that it's yeah, because
it's different but familiar.
Well, they basically made it the early '90s suit.
Yeah.
So they darkened up the colors, but it's still gray and blue,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got that utility belt. And again, nostalgia for me. That's the Batman I grew up with in comics, so I get excited about that suit.
Thankfully, you didn't grow up with this Joker. I'm the Joker, Batman.
He's a fake Joker. It's whatever.
He's like out of breath all the time. Daddy, I am fulfilling your legacy. Ha ha.
I can only eat intravenously.
I could eat a peach for hours, Batman. Yay, they died. I was right.
Are you excited that you called that, or just that they're actually dead?
Both.
Anthony Cabrera, 499. Yeah, I had heard about this. He said this show has a band episode written by Gail Simone. About Birds of Prey, they sing a song that's full of sexual innuendos of superheroes. I don't think I've actually seen it.
That's dumb.
And honestly, this also would have been right around the time that we were doing Dick Grayson in the Batsuit, so that is probably an intentional nod to that.
Yeah, probably.
Considering that we did Morrison stuff the same season.
And we got Damian as Robin.
Yep.
There was also, I don't know if you noticed, there was a Robin suit in the background that was basically the Robin costume with red pants, and it looked so much better.
Why didn't they just do that in the first place? Because also there was a 90s Robin suit that looked really similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
So they should have just done that. No, you're right. I think it is a symbol. It's so confusing. Can't get around this mask. I love how big the circle is, though.
Mm-hmm. No, that is good. Yeah, see, there's that Robin suit with the red.
Yeah, just do that.
Yeah.
Although that looks a little closer to like a Jason Todd suit. Maybe that's why they didn't do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, we amalgam the Robins in almost like every adaptation.
Yeah, except I read somewhere today, so I've not seen the episode, I don't know where it's mentioned, but I read somewhere today that Jason Todd in this continuity is supposed to have lived and died.
Oh, okay.
So if they had a Jason Todd, I could see why they wouldn't do that, but...
Batman.
Somebody that knows the show better than me, let me know if I'm right about that, but I read that on a wiki today.
Mm-hmm.
When I was pulling episode titles. Get him.
So when did Joker have a kid? Because he's pretty old.
There's an explanation.
Oh. It's a chip in Bruce Wayne's mole.
He's really been Tim Drake the whole time.
I'm Tim Drake, Batman. Ha ha.
Yeah, in a weird way, this kind of seems like what maybe we would have done in Batman Beyond if we didn't bring the original Joker back.
Hmm. I agree. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, so it's the Joker by way of the Terror.
He, the Joker here looks like Joker in Arkham City where he's dying.
Well, he's also dying, so.
Yeah, but he looks all diseased and sickly. That's great.
Yeah, but that's because he is.
No, I know. I'm saying I like that. God.
No, I'm just letting you, because I'm about to make a story point about how he's like about to die.
Daddy, you're going to die.
Anthony says he doesn't think they did Jason Todd. Yeah, I remember Batmite alluding to it, but yeah, I wonder what that was referencing then. Maybe just
I like
that
Joker's
reference,
little clown car though that he drives around in.
That's great. They should make an action figure of this.
Yes.
I want this as a pop figure. Just
This
to see
should
how
have
you
been
do it.
This should have been a cameo in The Flash.
Oh
He
God.
shows up and then Flash breaks his neck. Or Michael Keaton does, I guess.
That's so good.
It would be like the Professor X in Doctor Strange.
And then he just dies immediately.
Yeah, exactly. Keaton just snaps his neck. He just grabs him. He's like,
So the only thing I'm going to complain about with this is that he's got balloons tied to that car, and at no point does he say he stole my balloons.
oh, they should have taken the balloons. Then the kid should have been like, Daddy, he stole your balloons.
Yeah, like, you can't miss that opportunity. If Joker's got balloons.
Mhm.
Oh, he's actually wearing it.
Yep. But
So
I do like that
that's gonna
old
be
man
Damien suit.
Joker sounds less old than young Joker.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how old that guy is supposed to be. Because I don't know if you talked over it, but the idea is supposed to... Yeah, we talked over it. So the idea is supposed to be that he just pulled a guy off the street and made him the Joker.
Oh, okay. So he's not actually his son.
No. So I don't know how old he's supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
But Joker's like, he's just some guy that was kind of pathetic and doesn't have anything better to do.
This Joker kind of sounds like he's doing like a Tim Curry,
Yeah.
but not Tim Curry's Joker, just Tim Curry.
just Tim Curry is in everything else he was in.
Yeah, exactly. Batman, I will go to the one place you haven't conquered.
Spies! I love the front of that clown car, just the smile. It's such a weird expression.
No, everything about his clown car is wonderful.
That's Austin's big takeaway from this episode is we need that
It
car.
is. It is, and now the voice I will hear in my head for Joker is this one.
What I like about it though is that he doesn't say anything that seems
Fly.
remotely funny, and there's places where he's kind of like waxing philosophical, but like it's not cool, and then it turns out that he's just some guy, so like I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I think I like how much he sucks. Carl says this Joker is still better than Punchline in the comics. Well, that's true.
It's also cool that when he shot Batman, we got instantly got battle damaged Batman.
But there still is even something worse than Punchline, and that's Joker's daughter.
Oh. You know, Cav, we're one Joker away from having 3 Jokers in this episode.
That's true. That is how math works.
Yep.
Look how ripped up Dick's Batman suit is. That's cool.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He got shot once and like was battle damage.
Oh,
Really
I'm sorry,
cool.
I missed you saying that.
No, you're good.
This is pretty great. Is that a thing that we've done very much?
Oh
where
my god.
Joker gets hit by his own Joker toxin.
Oh. I feel like he's typically like immune to it.
Oh, he's immune to it.
Stuff.
Yeah. I'm stupid. I knew that.
No, you're good.
No, I'm stupid. It's true.
I mean, you are, but
wow.
we should have had the crappy Joker get hit by it.
Yeah, that would have been good. Oh, I wonder who that guy with the luchador mask was supposed to be. And then there's Professor Pig. Isn't that crazy?
Say, well, and there was the frog guy.
Yeah. Mr. Toad?
Yeah. There's a orange variant of the Doomsday costume.
Yeah. And they're even farther in the future, so now we gotta have mutants.
Oh, yep. Oh my god, and it's the intro of Batman the Animated Series.
I didn't even catch that. Good call. And that is the most crazy 90s thing I've ever seen.
Oh my god, that is the worst costume ever.
So I think they might be looking at some Elseworlds 90s books with that stuff, because that Batsuit looks a little bit like Robin 3000, I think.
I really thought we were going to do the full intro of the animated series, but I guess not. Yes.
Yeah, so Alfred invented Damien as a concept.
Batman also slid down the poles by grabbing one in each hand.
Yeah, I know, I noticed that.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I always get excited when they do any of that 60s Batman stuff. But yeah, so what do you think of that, Austin?
That it was all Alfred's fanfic in the end.
Yeah.
That was very strange. I like that Batman came in though, and he was like, "You should marry her." And Batman was like, "I'm gonna punch her in the face." Shut up, Alfred.
Wait, why does your Alfred sound like fake Joker?
Because that's just how old people talk.
You decided that's how old people talk.
Yeah. Well, and that's why not Joker sounds like that, is because he was a figment of Alfred's imagination.
That's a good point. Yeah, Alfred should have been voicing him.
Yeah. Master Bruce, I'm the Joker. Ha ha.
What I wondered was how that book was as thick as it was.
Mm-hmm. I want to know if Bruce Wayne ever stumbled upon that while he was writing it.
Yeah, like
Alfred's writing weird fanfic about me. That's a little weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, like, obviously it's just a device so that they can do that premise and not make it, like, a dream or something. You know, do the same thing that we've done in other shows with that kind of thing. Where it's not Perchance to Dream. It's not, whatever that episode's called. And, you know what I'm talking about with the Batgirl nightmare in New Adventures?
Over the Edge.
Over the Edge, yeah.
If this were a Marvel show, that would also have been Kamala Khan at the end.
Oh, that's a good call. But and like Alfred in this particular iteration, being kind of a fan of this stuff as opposed to wishing Bruce wouldn't, you know, go out and risk his life every night is like not a bad take for that.
Well, I like that he goes so far to like ship Batman. He's like, I ship Batman with Catwoman.
But yeah, I just wonder what it says, if anything, about like how he looks at like Bruce and Batman as a person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it seems like he's just playing with action figures, really. Like,
he's like Dark Helmet.
You know, that's what it should have been. Instead of writing in a book, he should have just been playing with action figures.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised it wasn't Batmite. That seems like something Batmite would do.
Where he like creates his own universe where that's happening.
Yeah, he's like, this is actually no, because Batman dies. He wouldn't have done that.
That's true.
Although I do like that Alfred writes.
Yeah, why did
Bruce
Alfred write a
Wayne's
book
death.
where Bruce Wayne dies middle-aged?
And his son gets the same trauma.
Yeah, why did he do that?
That is pretty funny.
It kind of watches like they wrote the whole episode and then decided afterwards what the device was going to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then bookended it with voiceover. Because that's what I'm saying is that there's nothing with a thing like that. It would be nice to have some kind of hint besides just the voiceover of like who the character coming up with it would be. And there's nothing about that screams Alfred would make this story up.
This really is just a story written by Tom King.
Okay, we're gonna watch 2 more tonight, guys. We're gonna do the first episode of season 3, which is nobody's favorite season, but mine apparently.
Oh.
Well, I don't even know if it's mine. I haven't watched enough of the show, but I picked a lot of season 3 tonight because that's what I've been watching. So Battle of the Superheroes.
That's not my first episode.
Oh no! Hopefully you can find it.
It's episode 5.
Oh, good,
Okay.
it's in there.
I was getting a little worried because I kept going and it wasn't there.
So this is sort of their BVS before BVS.
Oh, okay. And King Tut is in this episode.
Only sort of, yeah. Which is, again, not a reason that I picked it, but a reason I'm glad we're watching it because I love all the 60s Batman stuff. And I got to go back and look and see if the voice that they got for Tut in Batman versus Two-Face is the same guy because they sound really similar.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I just noticed clicking on this episode, not only do I have this show is for 8-year-olds, but Amazon itself has a rating above it that flashes that says it's for 7 and up.
Oh, okay. Well, it's Brave and the Bold. I think it's kind of fine.
But that's weird. It's like, oh, this is for 8-year-olds.
I think your 5-year-old can watch that. I think that's fine. Okay, let's go. Let's go ahead and watch this. Here we go. Everybody, once again, it's Battle of the Superheroes. It's for us everywhere but Canada. It's season 3, episode 1, and get ready to press play when I say now. Everybody, please press play right now.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this cold open.
It should have been in Technicolor.
So they love doing all these weird Golden Age outfits with like the rainbow Batman and we're gonna do the mummy Batman here.
He's got zombies. Is that a thing King Tut does?
No, but it's Egyptian related.
Is it?
Yeah. You know, you like pharaohs were mummified.
That's not zombies.
Well, that's true.
Because zombies go back to like.
Yeah, I guess I'm just saying that's why we're doing the mummy thing. But yeah, I don't know why. I guess I don't know why it's zombies. Sorry, I'm catching up here. I don't.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
I'm with you.
Maybe they're supposed to be mummies, but they just look like some. Well, Batman's a.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is they this is their excuse to do the Batman mummy costumes.
Oh, okay. Now become a zombie.
And I kind of expected at the end of this little vignette for him to get hit on the head and be the professor again, but they don't bring that up. So I don't actually know if he has that in this.
King Tut in this, just from the little bit I've seen, and I don't know enough about him in the '60s show, but he reminds me of like animated series Maxie Zeus.
Well, and that's the thing is that Maxie Zeus is a character that I've always assumed is like partially based on Tut.
Oh, okay.
Because he comes later, and it's the same thing where you have somebody that is obsessed with. In this case, it's a history professor. I can't remember what Maxie Zeus started as,
And he's like a businessman or something, isn't
Yeah, I mean he's rich.
he?
He lives in
Yeah.
a big skyscraper, but they both are delusional and think that they're a historical character.
Mm. Oh,
But
you got Mummy Handshake.
yay! I can die happy and I got mummy handshake. Okay, let's see what I can
I think I
find
saw
here.
Royal Flush Gang.
You saw Royal Flush Gang?
I think so. It just said Royal, but the rest of it was cut off.
Oh, too much of it repeats. I saw Bronze Tiger again. Hang on.
Yeah, there are a lot of repeating ones. 'Cause I see Ocean Master like everywhere on
Oh
it.
wow. There's Plastic Man. There's Sinestro.
Sinestro,
Oh, we both saw that one.
Metamorpho.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, well we got a
Does he
couple
ever
more.
show up in this?
What's that?
Does he ever show up in this? That seems like a type of character.
I
They
think
would
so.
do. Yeah.
I want to think everybody on the wall shows up somewhere.
Everyone in DC. Oh, please tell me Jimmy gets the Turtle Boy costume.
I don't think so. Or
Uh,
maybe there's a flash of it somewhere. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure he shows up in both of the Superman episodes we're watching. But he's in a lot of this episode. But yeah, the secret files thing that you reacted to at the beginning, they'll occasionally do things like that feel like the first page of a Silver Age comic book, and I really like
Mhm.
that. And I also just like how many of these feel like they could be like old imaginary stories and that kind of thing. I don't like how short Superman's cape is.
I was just thinking of that. Yeah, his cape's real short.
It's weird. It's like Supergirl length.
Yeah,
Supergirl's supposed to have a short cape, not Superman.
I don't mind it in this design,
It looks better when he's flying, but when he's just
but
standing there, it's kind of goofy.
it's not like the standard I'd want.
And now they're shaking hands.
Okay, it's weirder now that they're standing next to each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When he's flying, it's fine.
Superman also never opens his eyes unless he's in close up.
So I was gonna mention that they do that a lot with him in this, but at least it's not all the time.
Hmm.
I when they're and I love their Lex Luthor design. That's like the
Oh,
old superpowers design.
yeah, because in that Danger Room thing, it was like Golden Age Lex, or maybe Silver Age Lex. So I was kind of expecting him to just look like that here.
Was that actually Lex?
It turns out it was just Otis.
No, because I had that thought earlier when we saw the Danger Room thing. I don't think that was actually Lex Luthor. Maybe it was though.
I'm pretty sure it was because that's this. It was the same Lex design as like Super Friends.
Oh, okay. I also like that they that Superman first refers to him just as Luthor. Like he keeps saying that.
Oh yeah.
That S is huge.
Lois has got a real weird outfit.
Clark.
I can't see you. My eyes are closed. Where are you, Kent?
Kent, I need you to fetch me a seeing eye dog.
Kent, Jimmy glued my eyelids shut. Help.
That's so good. So I like that Perry yells, "Don't call me Chief," while he's standing next to his door that says Chief on it.
Chief, yeah.
This old school Lois voice is great.
Yeah, that's a good one. This
'Cause
Metallo looks pretty cool.
It sounds like the radio show.
Oh my god, what is this Batman vehicle?
That's the Whirly Bat.
Yeah, that's so silly.
You don't know about the Whirly Bat?
I think I've seen it before, but I didn't realize that it had a name.
Yeah, and McFarlane's been doing I think it's McFarlane, like a new superpowers line with a bunch of stuff they never made, and they put out a whirly bat.
Oh, okay.
And I
that's
couldn't
cool.
even believe they finally did an action figure vehicle for that.
Have we seen any of the McFarlane Hasbro stuff since they announced that team up?
I don't think so.
I didn't think so either. I'm interested to see what they do with it.
I've been curious to see if they make any like bigger scale Power Rangers. That's what I really want. Or, well, actually, I say bigger scale. Actually, I kind of hope they make some smaller scale ones too, because we haven't had anything smaller than Lightning in a long time.
I'm waiting to see weird McFarlane Spawn Transformers. Oh my god, Nexoplex is like a Roger Rabbit voice.
Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of funny that we get Batmite first in the show because it's a Batman show. And so Batman's like, oh, this is like Batmite. Yeah, I can't decide if that was him sort of making Jimmy into Doomsday or if they were just random spikes. Like, I don't know what that was.
I was thinking he was that porcupine guy from X3. Lois, what is your outfit?
Okay, what is so weird about her outfit?
I don't know. Her outfit's just weird. Like the gloves and like there's something weird about how she's got like a jacket the same color as her skirt, but they don't connect. I don't know. There's something just weird about her outfit.
Because it seemed like just a like 40s throwback thing.
I mean, it probably is, but people in the 40s were weird.
Okay.
His cape looks really good here, though.
Because it seemed. I was gonna say it looks maybe a little bit like things Noelle Neal wore in her show.
Mm-hmm.
You notice how we're finally doing a full-on Superman episode, so they're throwing in like every villain that they can get in.
I did notice.
We gotta show you Metallo. We gotta show you Mixelfleck. We gotta show you Toyman.
We gotta show you Mr. Luthor.
Mr. Luthor, but I like his giant pogo stick. That's fun.
That better be in Legacy. I guess it's not called that anymore.
Anthony says each Jimmy Olsen transformation is a comic reference. Yeah, we talked over that.
Yeah. Well, because Jimmy Olsen's had like 8 gajillion things like that. Like, and he had his own book.
That's because he had his own book, and what else are you gonna do with Jimmy Olsen but turn him into random crap?
That's why I was hoping he would wear the turtle suit, because that's the best Jimmy Olsen costume.
Yeah, that'd be good. So yeah, Brave and the Bold's got to do their evil Superman.
Oh my god, that smile. This is like Superman 3 evil Superman, though. This is great.
Yeah, no. That's part of why I wanted to show you this, because I knew you'd like it.
Oh, except he's going to actually kill people. Superman 3 evil Superman, just mildly inconvenienced.
Well, that's the thing, though, is this one does both.
Oh, okay.
That's what's great about it. It takes him a long time to think of take over the world. And we're about to do a montage where he does really mundane, mischievous things to people.
I like how
Very wrong.
Destroy that notebook and just put 2 holes in it.
Ooh.
Oh.
So yeah, these are the examples of the terrible things Superman can do with his powers.
You blocked out the sun.
He made a rainstorm happen.
Yeah, isn't that gonna make you less powerful?
Yeah, I mean that's bad.
He tied the highway in a
This
knot.
is the best one though.
Oh, he's gonna put the cat in the tree.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
See, I knew you'd love that.
That's like me in Spider-Man 2, the game, where like there's the kid who wants his balloon back, and I would just take it and be like, "This is my balloon."
See, I think black costume Spider-Man and Spider-Man 3 would be better if he was just doing stuff like that.
Oh, it'd be so good. Superman 3 is like the worst Superman movie of the original four, but everything with evil Superman is wonderful.
But yeah,
Because
that's
you
what
just do
emo
that.
Spider-Man should have done. He's just putting cats in trees. And...
Yeah. He's webbing people's shoes down to the floor and they can't get up.
Oh, we're gonna have to cancel his book.
Oh no.
Superman's no
he
pal
can
of
still
his.
keep the book. It can just be called No Pal of Superman's Jimmy Olsen.
Superman's.
He burned 2 holes into his
That's all he does.
steak meat.
So yeah, this is one of the more fun uses of red kryptonite. Oh, this is great.
Crypto looks all sad. Oh, is he gonna shake it? Yes. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. He shakes the city of Candor.
My favorite episode of the show.
He's not done with it either.
Yes. I'm surprised they didn't do something where he was mean to Crypto, but I guess maybe it could still happen.
Yeah, there's time.
Yeah. If this isn't just
See, he calls him a filthy mutt. Just get rid of Crypto.
Crypto's, he's sad. Yeah, he's got to come with him.
See, I like angry-eyed, closed-eyed Superman.
I love that Batman's explaining this to a dog.
And the dog's just paying attention.
Yeah, well, and
He's really intent on this.
Someone will say it in the chat. Like, I know Crypto's a smart dog, but that's just a really funny image.
It's a good image.
Yeah.
Also, Batman's bat computer in this, and it doesn't change all the time like animated series. It's consistently the same, but it looks like it runs the universe.
It probably does.
So now it suddenly occurred to him to take over the world.
Oh my god, he made a stupid crown.
I guess he just got tired of putting dogs in trees and shaking the city of
Oh my
Candor.
god, that flag looks terrible.
Yeah, it's bad. I bet this is more or less what... I don't actually know this, Austin, but I bet this is more or less what the Golden Age Red Kryptonite issue did.
Yeah, I can see that.
Or at least one of the colored Kryptonites.
This is like the greatest DC thing ever created. Oh my god, he's gonna show up in the Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, this is how we do Dark Knight Returns.
And he's got Crypto.
Yeah, that's why I said... Well, this is one of the reasons that it's their BVS.
If Crypto were in BVS, it would be a good movie.
Just no matter what else was in it.
Yes.
Yeah,
if it was the same movie, but Crypto is there for the Batman versus Superman fight.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could easily replace Wonder Woman in that movie with Crypto, and it wouldn't change anything.
Crypto shows up, and his theme is.
Is she with you? Or is he with you? Yeah, I mean, it is a dog with my cape. Dummy.
It's a dog from Krypton, so yes.
He has my logo. They call you the world's greatest detective.
The S stands for good dog. He's fighting the dog.
Yes. Oh, he headbutted him. This also should have been what the Super Pets movie was.
Oh,
He just
man,
threw
I
his
know.
own dog into space. This episode kicks ass.
Right?
He's on fire.
It's so good. I like how Superman got so embedded he had a hard time getting out of the wall.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Oh man, we're gonna lose nobody's pal, Jimmy Olsen.
My favorite character. That man hasn't even used any kryptonite. He's just straight up kicking his ass.
That's true. That was a really cool flip.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, like you don't expect real martial arts in this show. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why doesn't Batman have kryptonite?
Well, because he's just that strong.
I can't remember if he pulls some out like right at the end of this.
Oh, we did the big boot to the face.
I was
and
gonna
the
say
big
you
punch
got
shot.
the one big Dark Knight Return shot there.
Yeah, you get like both because the boot and the face is one too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I just recognized the punch.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the more like recognizable
one?
image.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more iconic one, but the boot one is too.
Okay, here we go.
No! No!
Isn't that amazing?
This is madness.
2 years before BVS. He brings up Ma Kent and Superman wants to kill him more over it.
Oh my god, I can't believe that just happened. Is this real life?
Yeah, that's what I had with it.
Did Goyer write this? And of course, it was all Lex Luthor's doing. Turns out I also made Doomsday, fools.
Yeah, it's not really that big of a surprise that he sent them the kryptonite. Like, who else was it gonna be?
Kevin Michael Richardson got to do Joker and Lex Luthor. That's pretty cool.
Crazy.
Yeah, his Lex
Yes!
voice is really good.
Batman called Lex Disease Maniac.
Yes. If only Batman also said, Lois, I love pink.
Okay, but how come Batman doesn't have any of that?
Because he's just that strong. I think that Lex is a big Genghis Khan statue.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why does he have that?
He's a descendant of Genghis Khan.
We love those slow motion shots with the crazy backgrounds.
Now Superman just turned Lex into a stain on the pavement.
And then we got to do that old chestnut.
Oh, of course.
Yes!
Yes!
He's got a Superman mask over his cowl. It makes no sense!
Oh, dude, when this is over, I gotta send you this awesome panel I found where I guess Superman can't talk and Crypto is using super ventriloquism to talk over Clark Kent's lip speaking.
And then, of course, our one big Superman episode, you have to end it with Brainiac is coming.
Oh, he's got a little monkey.
I think that's a Golden Age thing.
That doesn't shock me. Yeah. Although, you know who it should have been instead of Brainiac?
Who's that?
Steppenwolf.
Yeah. But they didn't know everything yet. They were able to see a few things in their crystal ball.
Enough that was genuinely madness.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't kidding. It doesn't just sort of remind you of it. It looks like it's directly making fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't exist yet.
No, I love how that's like one of the worst DC movies and one of the best episodes of the show.
I'm glad it's not just me. I loved that.
No, that was perfection.
Okay, we're gonna watch one more, and we'll see how you feel about this one. So this is Triumverate.
I'm a little sad. I don't know if we can go higher than that. We should have saved that for the end.
This one's got a lot of fun stuff in it too, and is kind of, I don't know if I like it more, but it's bigger and it brings Superman back, but it also does Wonder Woman at the same time. So it does the Trinity, and that's why I wanted to watch them back to back. But this is Triumvirate of Terror, which is episode 8 of season 3.
My episode. Oh yeah, no, that is episode 8. Okay.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah. Even an evil Superman is right twice a day.
Oh yeah, Dan, you were ahead of me. Yep, we're gonna watch that one. Okay. I also partly wanted to show you this one because of the cold open. Because it's ridiculous. Okay. Well, here we go. Austin, thanks for watching these with me.
Yeah.
It's been really fun. All right, here we go. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Timestamp 0, everybody. Last episode for tonight. Everybody please press play right now.
It's getting me really wanting to watch some Looney Tunes with all this Bugs Bunny in the intro.
Yeah.
Hey, it's your favorite
Booster
character,
Gold.
Booster Gold. Ah, stupid yellow pants Robin.
He's back.
He's back like a disease. No.
They're gonna play baseball.
Lex is the pitcher. I want to see Brainiac fly down and catch it. So he's out. Oh, I guess not.
But I think you were right earlier when you said they should have done a Looney Tunes crossover.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Maybe they didn't do that just because Looney Tunes itself does that in a decent number of places.
Well, it is funny because Batman would eventually cross over with Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, but like in cartoons and stuff, there's been a decent amount of that. Like Tiny Toons did it, and
very true.
I don't know if that like later Looney Tunes show, I can't remember the name of that, but there's one that has a whole episode of DC crossover.
Batman's telling the rest of the Justice League that there's a small boy that he crippled in the hospital. They're gonna win the game for him.
That's not fair.
Yeah, that's not fair at all.
Freaking weather wizard.
Merciful Minerva, that's not fair. So I guess I'll just lasso up. That's cheating.
Well, I guess if the other team can do it.
Wonder Woman, you're genuinely a terrible person.
So he's just trying to make Superman walk.
I think the Joker was just in the stands there. Robin the boy bunter?
Yep.
Oh my god.
That happened. So I've never been the biggest fan of Lex Luthor teaming up with the Joker and like serious Batman stuff. Having them both on a baseball team is wonderful. It's so stupid. Well, at least he's not doing anything with his butt this time.
I disagree. He should be. You're bat stupid. Trust me, I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I know. Whoa, he's got an android arm. Great Scott!
So later on in this episode,
I forgot Superman was still on first because he walked.
Because he walked. Now it's like we're just watching sports.
Oh, you just killed Lex.
There's this great cheetah insult later in this episode. Watch for that. That made me laugh.
Wait, Superman, I thought you were on first.
So you gotta make that pun. You gotta have that.
Yeah. Oh, I was waiting for that cheetah pun. So that comes later.
Oh no, later in the episode, yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it something that she says or someone says to her?
No, it's not a pun. It's an insult.
Insult. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a cheetah you suck insult. It's really funny.
Oh, okay. So somebody says it to her.
Yeah. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. I shouldn't have mentioned
No,
that.
you're okay.
Yet. I'm trying to find new ones.
Yeah, it's so hard. Green Lantern.
So many of the same ones.
Katana.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I saw Katana in like the end screen where like the logo's there.
So this one's kind of fun because you get a.
We've had a lot of Joker tonight.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I kept picking these episodes that had mainstream stuff in it that I was surprised by, and then I ended up liking them all.
Mm.
But I thought it was kind of cool that the vignette at the beginning is like all these characters and related to the rest of the episode, but it doesn't set it up story-wise.
Yeah, it's the full Justice League, but then it's going to be the Trinity.
Yeah.
Oh, and Lex has his full robot suit now.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the Trinity versus the evil Trinity. And their plan for how to finally beat the Trinity is hilarious. Because it's straight out of an episode of Power Rangers in Space.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the lighting effects in that scene.
Yeah. When we're going back to like old school.
Oh, here it comes. Oh, they're gonna have to cut back before we get the full thing.
Batman just whipped out his web shooter. Did you see that?
It's true. Oh, there's
his
Vicky
bat
again.
web shooter.
He stole my balloon.
He popped my balloon.
Yeah, the comedic paralleling with each of these scenes gets pretty funny. I like how Superman's answer to everything is just two beams of heat vision.
It should have just been two holes.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. What? He has like a little butt flap.
So Austin, they're going full tilt. Wonder Woman 77 theme song.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
So good.
It was like right when she started flipping too.
Oh, and this is like yet another Batmobile.
Yeah, it looks like it. I like this Wonder Woman design quite a bit.
Yeah,
and
it's
voice.
great. I do too.
Ew. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, those are cows. Yep. So Austin, when I saw this the other, yeah, I can't believe you said that. You'll work it off.
I love that Wonder Woman was doing like a more pretentious word, and Superman was like, make it 3.
So they're trying to get them to do a time capsule. When I saw this the other day, Austin, I had the fleeting thought that maybe this diner scene is kind of an intentional nod to Kingdom Come, and then I thought I was reaching, and then there's a thing at the end of the episode where it will become clear that that's exactly what they were doing.
Oh, it's clearly a reference to how it should have ended, Kev.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that will not be the only Kingdom Come thing in this episode.
Oh, okay.
That's really funny. Can't you do anything creative with Kryptonite?
Maybe we should go to space.
So their whole plot is just gonna be switch up which villain they fight.
Oh, of course. That's what you have to do.
Which is straight out of an episode of Power Rangers in Space with the Psycho Rangers, where they can't beat the respective colors, so they just switch them. Okay, so to be fair, that was easy because they were just newspapers.
Yeah, yeah. What did you just like blast holes into your TV screen?
Well, yes. I mean, at least the Joker does.
Well, Lex shot it with like a laser gun.
You have to assume that they all go through like 6 TVs a week doing that.
Oh, very true. I don't know why, but when we went to Themyscira, my mind flashed back to Space Jam 2, where like, oh my God, that is horrifying.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God. I don't like that.
Let's get an action figure.
Yeah, I agree.
They
What cosplay is this?
They should make an action figure of Joker being a woman from the mascara. Maniaque is kind of a fun name, though.
Oh yeah, that's very Joker.
Yeah.
That is fun.
And Harley Quinn.
Oh, he's got lightning powers. Maybe you'd beat Batman if you shot him with the Sith lightning, Joker.
I guess he got more creative going after a different hero.
Yeah, I guess. Where'd he pull that bob from? I guess out of his butt.
AMC says, say what you will, but this is the most comic accurate Batman show. I mean, that gets complicated because it just depends on
It depends on the era.
what you're after. Yeah.
Yeah. Every Batman show, I think, is pretty accurate to some degree. To some era.
Yeah, I mean, see, there's Candor again.
Maybe, yeah.
I thought in that other episode he picked it up and did more stuff to it, but he did not.
What, sorry?
I said I thought in that other episode he picked it up again and did something else to it, but I was remembering that wrong.
Oh, we're going to magic is one of his weaknesses.
Yep.
That's fun.
To be fair, I mean, some of the people working on the show were also working on DCAU, and they made a big deal out of it there, I think.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's just, I feel like that's not something we go to very often anymore. Maybe that's because I don't see a lot of Superman things.
Yeah, I don't know. My wife and I were big fans of the old Versus card game, which we still pull out every so often. And there's a card in that in the Superman section called "I Hate Magic."
Oh yeah, that's fun. It's also interesting. This one has not been like a traditional team up thing. Like it goes with what you're saying with the formula.
Yeah, where it's three heroes all in an episode, but they're kind of doing some separate things. Or are you just saying because there's three of them?
Well, no, you have three of them, but the only time they've been on screen together was when they had dinner.
Yep. When one woman complained about cows.
You have dinner with Miss Vale, Master Bruce. Not as good as Catwoman, though, am I right? I ship it.
You should read my fanfic to see how to live your life.
You should die, Bruce.
And you should take Selena Kyle with you. But make sure you have a child first and give Dick Grayson your Batman suit.
Your Alfred just makes me want to see Ian McKellen as Alfred.
I'm not
You
committing.
died when you had the chance, Bruce.
See, I wasn't committing to it because I was afraid if I went full on, it wouldn't even be understandable.
Oh, is this Alfred Batman?
Yes.
Yes.
Bash that bald blighter. And I also like that this is all Lex trying to get Batman's secret identity.
Mm-hmm.
Like the other two villains are not interested in that. But it makes sense that that's how Lex would try to beat Batman.
Oh, 100%.
Okay, that didn't look great.
Oh, yeah, that looks rough. It's the Scott Snyder mech.
No, it's way better than that. Because it doesn't have bunny ears.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the one from Court of the Owls.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it's like Bat Ironmonger.
Oh, it's been too long. But he loves his mechs. Okay, so this is a great commercial break. He got the mask off, and he's already gotten a glimpse of Bruce Wayne from behind.
Mm-hmm. Now he's gonna have a Superman mask underneath.
That's the most brave and the bold thing for him to do. He just has an automatic cowl that comes back over it.
I like that it made like a metallic noise, even though it's spandex.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It was like, it's cloth, but he's RoboCop. I don't.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, that's a good line. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like the then when you cut to Superman, it's just ah! Creating this Chrome Dome's pretty good.
Yeah, all the one-liners and banter in this episode is really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting late enough I can't speak English anymore. But
episode, like I was worried.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Said this is not the colossal step down from the last episode that I was worried about.
Yeah, that's why when you said that, I was like, I I think it's close to on par at least. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, they're both really good. We at least ended with the two
yes,
best episodes.
he said the world is not enough.
Oh, yes.
The world is not enough.
They
Okay.
should have had Joker say it's garbage.
Exactly. The Cloud Prince of Okay, how are those kryptonite chains not painful?
'Cause they're just chains designed to tie him up.
Okay, okay, but if they're made of kryptonite, shouldn't it hurt?
Not when they're made to tie him down.
If they were somehow made of red solar energy, sure, but I think we might have talked over that insult I was talking about, but somebody called her like a low rent Catwoman or something, and it
Oh
really
yeah,
made me
I
laugh.
didn't catch that. Lex calls her that earlier.
That's pretty good.
Oh, he had a Joker fish.
Oh, really? I missed that.
Yeah, he slapped Batman with the Joker fish.
That's fun. They really pack in the gags.
What's that?
They really pack in the gags.
Yeah, no kidding. We got the surfer music on point.
Yeah, and then it's fun the way they wend it back around to have the heroes fight their respective villains again.
Mm-hmm.
When they say, let's keep them guessing. That's fun. Oh, she actually tossed her tiara. We never do that.
Did she never do that in the DCAU?
Maybe. I mean, admittedly, I don't know the Justice League shows real well, but I don't think she does it very much.
Well, I feel like I hear more and more people who really don't like the DCAU Wonder Woman, but I need to watch more Justice League.
Yeah, she gets some hate.
All I know is I've seen that weird pig episode that's beloved, and it was very creepy.
That's pretty messed up. I think we watched it together.
We did, yeah, and I was like, I do not like how fetishy this is.
Yeah.
And the Batman singing part's like a big fan favorite moment, but we both were like, this is kind of cringy.
Yeah, we didn't like it. And everybody in the comments was like, this is great. Shut up. Why are you talking about the best thing ever? We were like, I'm sorry, it's not.
No, the best thing ever was Earthquake.
See, now we got Kingdom Come Bruce Wayne.
Oh my god.
Look how battered he is.
I love how the President of the United States just says
Prez?
USA.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they just pulled out the jukebox from that restaurant.
Yeah. They better have paid for that. Oh my god, it's War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
What about me? I'm literally handicapped.
No, he's gonna do a thing.
Oh yeah.
I love that she spins into her costume.
Yes. And he ran into a phone booth. Oh my god. And he has that same or it's not the exact same, but it's close enough to that other one.
Well, I'm glad you're with me on those, Austin. I thought those were great.
Yeah, I think by the end I ultimately prefer that first Superman one, but those last two are easily the best of them. Oh, what the hell?
So I don't know what people are talking about with season 3. What I have seen of season 3 is great.
So do people just really not like season 3?
We had a couple people in the comments that were agreeing that it's the worst of the three, and some of it's what you come to the show for, I guess, because maybe people didn't like that it got further away from the BC list characters and started going more mainstream.
And that's fair.
Yeah, that is fair, but I think they accomplished it well. They did, and I mean, they did 2 seasons of 26 episodes each before they started doing as much of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they earned it if they're gonna do it.
More Blue Beetle. That's what I say.
Yeah, and I don't understand that. I mean, he's fine. I'm neutral on that, but
Batman should either only team up with Blue Beetle or Prez USA in this show.
okay. But explain to me why you like Blue Beetle so much.
I don't know. He's cool.
Okay.
Why do you not like Blue Beetle?
I mean, I don't have a great explanation. I don't dislike Blue Beetle. He's just kind of nothing to me. Like, it's one of those premises I can't get excited about. It's like he's got like an ancient scarab thing, and
yeah, I just think like
talks
his
to him
powers are
and-
cool.
I don't know.
I wish I could read a lot of Blue Beetle, but like most of his stuff isn't in print. Thanks, DC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like none of the Ted Kord or like anything before that is in print.
Oh, okay.
A lot of DC's really weird about printing the old oh my god, what are they called? It starts with a C. Charlton.
Oh, Charlton, yeah.
Yeah, they're real weird about printing that stuff. Is it they don't print any of it?
Yeah, because is Blue Beetle like original Justice Society? Does it
No,
go
I
back
don't
to that? Okay.
I don't think so. No.
I couldn't remember. Yeah, that's
But,
a
like,
big
the
blind spot for
Question's
me.
not in print. That Peacemaker stuff's not. Captain Adam's not. Like all that Charlton stuff's just in the void.
Well, that sucks.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe we'll finally put some of that stuff in print. But
I'll go as far as to say I almost wish that Superman had gotten a spinoff of the show.
yeah, that'd be cool. I definitely like what they did with their Superman and their Wonder Woman.
She's
They
cool
both could
too.
have had spin-offs.
Yeah. Or they could have just, like, if they did a season 4, they could have just made it a Trinity show.
I was gonna say, yeah, they could have done like a Trinity spin-off.
And then you could have whole episodes that one but not the other two are in.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that'd be all right.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm with you on the Wonder Woman design. And their voices for for both of them are really on point.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, well, everybody, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed our Brave and the Bold marathon, and we will be back with you again in a couple of days, or at least I will, for the how we felt about / spoiler cast for the new Planet of the Apes movie, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, because it's the year of kingdoms and what is it? What
Empires.
Is it? Empires. That's what it is.
You know, there will be no freezing in the new Planet of the Apes. It's not Empire. If it were Empire, the apes would all get frozen by the end. But
Oh, that's true.
they'd reveal the like secret ice ape
Yeah. What is with this year in Empires and
and
Kingdoms?
Frozen Empire specifically.
That's
Yeah.
I didn't even put that together. That's true. It's weird. I saw that and then it immediately came out of my brain. In fact, for a second I was like, "Wait, did I see that movie?" I guess I did.
I was gonna say there's also a thing with dances, but Joker 2 is not something dance because I was thinking that in Venom.
There will be
That's what they
dancing
have to-
in it, but it doesn't
That's
have
why I
dance
was
in the
like,
title.
but it's not in the title.
Yeah. Okay, well, I gotta go to bed. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you again real soon with more Batman stuff for the rest of this month. Next week, we're gonna review Batman Year 2, which is a comic story I've wanted to review since I read it like a year and a half ago. We're gonna do that, and then at the end of the month, we're gonna do a rewind commentary on Batman Returns, which I have done so much material on. I have exactly nothing left to say. but we're gonna make it as interesting as possible. So Austin will do all the talking, and I will just show up in like, I don't know, I'll just show up in a Batman suit, like, and throw batarangs every so often at the screen. That's my whole plan. Or I'll eat raw fish on camera.
AMC is saying we're wrong about DCAU Wonder Woman. I'm just saying I've heard a lot of people say that they don't like that version.
Yeah, I'm not making a judgment call myself at all. I'm just saying I know there's people that don't like her.
Yeah, I've heard a ton of people complain about that version. This is all firsthand experience. I'm sorry.
That's it. Look, it's hearsay, okay?
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you again real soon. I was Captain Logan, and thank you, Austin, for hanging out with me.
Yeah.
Because I'm lonely and I need friends. Bye, everybody.
See ya.